Shelly Irene, Peace in the Meadow. Welcome in. Tonight we are going to get into episode 16 of the Alignment series. And we are talking about authentic identity. That was really gravelly, wasn't it? That is my authentic identity. Or is that the mask that I have been programmed to wear in order to be acceptable? Because I'm autistic and stuff. Good question, ain't it? Oh, Diane's brother's here first. What's up, Salvador? You coming in, coming up? I'm sharing in the meantime, going blind, trying to see through the Mary Jane smokies. There it is, okay. The Mary Jane smokes that's filling up the room. Thank you for the hard-on, brother. I love my brothers give me hard-ons. I wasn't sure if that's what that was, but because I moved my head, I can't fucking see shit. Jesus, man. Okay, so the only pair of glasses that I have that match this outfit are scratched right in the line of sight. Why do I have to be a girl? Why do I have to have a Leo rising and make myself... I have to be presentable. My glasses must match my outfit. Somebody please make it stop. I don't remember giving a fuck about matching when I was a little kid. Does anybody else? Shit, I don't even care if I had shoes on. What are you talking about? Hey, G.O.D., what's up? I'm never going to not be able to say it like the dog's name. D.O.G. and G.O.D. I'm sorry. Come on in, come on up if you want to. We're going to have a seamless world. Hey, babe. We're going to have a really amazing live tonight. I'm not doing a script. Instead, what I decided to do was scrap the script and come at this in a more personal way. Thank you for the hard-on, brother. I love my brothers give me hard-ons. There's a whole royal battle going on over there right now between the little and the old. I'm a Leo, true and true. That's what's up. Mine is my rising sign, so that's the outward, the part of me that you guys see. I did not know that, and I got to thinking about that. When I look back, people have almost always guessed me to be a Leo, and I'm not. I mean, yeah, Leo qualities, but obviously, big man of hair. Just kidding. Sorry. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding, because that's exactly what we're talking about today is our authentic identity, and how can we find it if we don't know where it is or what it is? Because, hey, Spirit Moon, because as it's been lately, we're questioning ourselves. We're questioning what about us is programmed and conditioned, and what about us is actually our authentic self. And that's what we're doing all this alignment series in the root of it. That's the reason. So that we can all be our authentic selves and not be fucking programmed and conditioned to believing that misery loves company, or we deserved it, or we're not good enough, or whatever the other bullshit is that we believe, because we've all been told it. We've all been conditioned, programmed to think these things about ourselves. So much so that we cannot tell the difference anymore between what is our original thoughts, what things are originally us, and what things have been programmed into our heads. Hi, Candace. Hi, Steve. Come on in. Come on up if you want to. Hey, be humble. Y'all bringing all the crowd in. All right. But yeah, so, are you, oh my God. Are you okay, boo-boo? And so I would very much like some, would anybody like to volunteer as tribute to be victims of my experiments? You know, me, mad scientist and all. It's not really experiments. Whoa, Spirit Moon's volunteering? Please, my goodness, please come up. Get up on the panel. And I do want a full panel because I want to be able to make rounds and see if we can see for each other. Hey man, hey Miss Bouncer, hey man, did you realize that might have been like from a childhood trauma or whatever the hell that we could do to help ourselves or help each other as a family and as a group of friends learn how to discern what's been programmed in us and what's our authentic selves, what's actually ours. Hi, Steve. How you doing? How's your day
Hey,
been?
hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to be here with you.
I was doing really, really great until about 5 minutes before the live when this one started in.
Oh, started up, huh? Yeah, yeah.
Dude, the little one's been trying to eat all my charging cords today, and the big one, hey, Wesley, time traveler, come on in, come on up. And the big one's been hiding and throwing up and chewing on herself.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah, yeah. It happens. Hey, it is what it is.
But I did my little side job. I don't know if I told you about that. I got accidentally got a side job the other day. I was standing
Oh,
outside waiting for my ride to come pick me up for work, and the fences shade had already gone too close to the center, so it wasn't providing shade anymore. So I walked across the street and stood underneath a big tree in its shade and just at the corner of this property. And then the car that lived there pulled up. And it was this little old lady, like same age as my mom, 77 years old, cute as a button. She has a daughter also named Shelly. Spells it different though. Did not know it meant in the meadow, and I thought that was
mm,
beautiful. I love sharing
mm,
that with other people that have
wow.
that name. I know, and
Mm,
I think it's cool. But anyway, we're sitting there talking, and she was telling me about all this stuff that she's trying to find somebody to get to pull the weeds, and I'm like, dude, that's like my addiction. I
mm.
love pulling fucking weeds. I
Right.
fucking do. My best friend's wife told me about it. She said when you pull just the plant, that's the head, but when you
Mm,
pull the plant and the root, you get the head and the spine. And I said, let me at it. And I've been doing it ever
right.
since because whoremonger. But and then I got to thinking about this. Now that I said that to you, okay, I chose to program myself into horror fanaticism. Pick a word for me, Steve.
Yeah. A citizen. Yeah, I guess fanatic. I guess right. Being a fanatic.
Either one of them works. Cool. All right. I didn't know if I was using the right verbiage. Uh, so anyway, hey Sam, oh you made it. She was falling asleep on me. She's the real reason I'm running late. She's not the reason. I'm not blaming you. I'm kidding. Um, but anyway, so I got to thinking about it because I have a friend. Well, we all have a friend who spends a lot of their time in active flight, flight, fight, freeze. Fuck. Why can I never fucking say that?
Fight or flight?
Yeah, but all of them
Mhm.
at once.
Oh,
Like
okay.
his system goes into overload,
Oh,
and it
overload,
doesn't know
right.
what to do the second that he has a psychic perception that's a little too scary or hurtful, because sometimes we all experience that. We hey Duchess of Wisdom, we all experience at least once or twice something that we wish that we had not experienced, and through our psychic abilities or also through our physical lives, right? Most of us have experienced something like that, something that we wish we could unsee, something that we wish we could unknow. And a lot of those times, especially when it's psychic perception, they're not always nice. Like helping to find missing persons or helping to find somebody that done somebody else some very much harms, right? Little squirrels. Um, so and I get that, but lucky for me, my parents. Oh, thank you for the hard on, sister. I love my sisters give me hard ons. Lucky for me, my parents met because of The Exorcist. So I'm a second generation of a now 4 generation long family of horror fanatics, and that was the greatest thing that could have happened to me because I had that to desensitize me. And I don't think most kids grew up watching Pennywise and Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees the way that I did. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you how many freaking times I rented The Blob, the original of The Blob. Not shitting you. That fucking movie was the greatest. I loved it. Frankenstein's my favorite monster. I got zombies tattooed on me, skulls tattooed on me, zombie bite, like I might be Piece of the Meadow and I might be all flowers and hippie and witchy shit, but I'm also very, very dark and very, very rotting flesh and murder. Red rum. Sorry. We're talking about movies. TikTok, we're talking about movies. Um, what about your periods? What about them? Should be on that. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I think that's great that you're in tune with that part of yourself. You know what I mean? That
Steve,
you're
I'm
able
so
to
sorry. Did you just see what she
embrace
fucking
it.
said in the comments?
What about your? Oh, jeez.
No, I'm not even gonna say that
God.
one because I don't want YouTube to see if that one was great. I gotta give you 100
Oh,
points for that
never
one, Shazam. That
mind.
was gross and
Oh
perfect.
my God.
But then but here's what I got to thinking about it though. Like, this is how it correlates to tonight's topic. Because, like,
Hmm.
what parts of my horror obsession was me programming myself to desensitize myself from the things that I perceived? What parts of it were just happenstance because I grew up in a family that was into horror movies? I mean, we had Disney movies too. Hi, hey, hello, hi,
Right.
Angel.
Right. Yeah.
What
What?
part of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you,
What part
artist.
of it did you was authentically a passion of yours, and what did you just adopt or
There we
accept
go.
because everybody around you was doing? You know what I mean? Or your family did it, or
Raven.
yeah, yeah. And that I mean, like I said, I don't want to get ahead of anything, but that's what I think the main thing this topic is about tonight.
Hi, hey, hello,
Hey, hey,
hello,
hello.
hey, hi.
How are you?
I'm Also, I had a really awesome night. That was what I was telling you in the story about the tree. I had an awesome night. I went out there about 3 o'clock in the morning and I stayed until about 7:38 when it started getting hot. Went home, made breakfast, and hung out with the cats and thought about doing this live and where we were going to go with it because I got to thinking about something else. All of
Yeah.
this, all of my overacting, my comedy. How
I
much of
love your
that was?
red
Hey,
lips.
Wheels.
I love the red lips.
I had the. Hold on. This is. Oh, this is. Sorry. Let me show you.
Look at you. I love it. I love it. Look at you, gorgeous.
You did that. Inspired by you. So, back to it. Oh, popping in the few before night time. Raven, you might want to hang in here. Wheels as well. Thank you for the shares, Wheels. So I got to thinking about that. Like, I don't remember acting. I mean, I've always been silly. Every kid is silly, but I don't remember acting. Doing the faces and the overacting stuff when I was little. I don't remember doing it that.
Like
Holy shit,
practice.
Jolene!
You don't
Hi,
remember
babe. I'm
practicing in the
glad to
mirror
see
and
you.
stuff?
Yeah. Well, yes, I actually did.
I used to do it to like
And
music and like that kind of stuff.
I do too. I still do it. Still.
Yeah.
But that's my point.
I
Like I was
even sitting here right now, I have a mirror right next to my phone.
Oh, so you can. Where's it at? Yep, me too. Captain Autism for the females, shall we? I am a sad panda, Dolly Pack. Oh, yeah, I saw that right before I went live.
I
But
know.
so now my question is, because and even though I already had this live topic scheduled for right now, Angel busted out a poem over the last couple of weeks that was very similar to another couple of mine that were questioning our own self. What is real in me? And then I was like,
Uh-huh.
you know what? Instead of doing a script with all this fucking shit that I have researched for weeks now, I don't like most of it because none of that fucking it didn't fucking make sense. Celestial. So instead, I came up with my own questions, and that's what we're going to do today. I am
What
going
poem
to
are you
get to know
talking about?
you, and you are going to get to know you. And I don't know the title. It doesn't matter. It was the idea, the thought behind it of trying to find out who you are. Hey,
Oh,
goddamn
who the fuck
shit.
was that?
Penelope, the fucking terror of the household.
No, that's the name of my
No,
poem. Who the fuck was that?
no, not that. No, I'm saying that's who the fuck that is. Making all
No, the
this
name of my
racket back
poem
here, but
was
I
who the
know it's the
fuck was
name of your
that?
poem. I'm just fucking with you, Angel. But like, okay, so there's another thing. Is that authentically me? I don't remember fucking with people when I was a kid. Ha ha ha, tell them one thing and then I was just fucking with you. I don't remember doing that as a kid.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember feeling like I had the audacity.
I mean, I always had the audacity. I didn't know that there was a word for it.
I don't remember feeling like I had the permission.
Yeah, same. Daddy, Betty, I'm getting so big and I'm wrecking everything. Guess what? She ate.
Like I would have been too afraid to because I got in trouble for everything.
She's the fucking monster in the house, and she has took out 7 dragonflies and a giant locust in the last 48 hours.
I got fan mail today.
You got fan mail today. All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I got gifts in the mail from a follower of mine today. He had previously sent me this gorgeous sun catcher that he made for me. He sent this to me about a year ago, last summer. And today I got in the mail. Okay.
I didn't get to see it. I just barely got you big.
Oh, so about a year ago, he sent me this sun catcher that he made. He sent me that he made, handmade, about a year ago. He's a follower of mine. So today he sent me.
Hey guys, I have a public service announcement. 2 seconds. If you create shit, any shit at all, I don't care what it is. If you create it, if you make it, draw it, paint it, sculpt it, design it, glue it together, it doesn't fucking make it shit. I don't care if you think it's the ugliest thing in the world. There is somebody out there that's going to be fucking fascinated and inspired by it. So put it out there. Now, as you are, Angel.
And then he made me this wind chime today and sent it to me. It's beautiful. But also, he sent me 4 hand fans, because I use fans all the time. This gorgeous box with a lock on it that he made. Now, let me show you what's in the box. A couple of pens. A notebook for my poetry. It's really heavy. It's like...
That is like better than flowers and marijuana.
It's badass.
When you do that
like
shit.
Badass. Like a
Yeah,
dragon.
when they do shit like that, take notes, boys. If you're interested in a girl that writes poetry or paints or draws, get her art supplies and notebooks and stuff. Shit like that. That's how you get. That's how them pants come. That's how you get. I'm gonna
2
shut
pairs
up
of
now.
bat socks.
Oh, now I'm definitely shutting up. Somebody mute me. Do you guys have the mute button in control of me? Probably not. I can't mute me. Help! How do I get out of it?
A necklace with matching earrings. An angel wing keychain. And then let me show you the inside of this box, okay? Let me turn on the... I'm not... When I say I cried like a baby about how... It's acrylic under here, in here. All this stuff in here is like under polyurethane, and then this is polyurethane in there. When I tell you that I cried like a baby.
User numbers just entered the room, and can everybody go and follow my friend GODL? But user number, get rid of the user number. Get rid of the user numbers.
User number's gone.
Okay, I was trying to get there, but I wasn't fast enough. This sand is so walker jawed, and the floor is so uneven, and it's so awful here. I have to hold this shit still to fucking text.
I have never had anybody do such nice things for me before. I don't know what I have ever done to deserve something like this.
So anyway, I'm gonna that was awesome. Those are super cool, and he definitely took the time to study you enough to learn what you like. And
He's been my follower for a couple years.
Yeah, that's how to do it. I gotta turn the air back on, you guys. I'm sorry about the background noise, but all All right. While you're background noising and putting all that up, Angel, I want to get back to the. Oh, shit. I want to get back to the topic because
Shazam, he's you know what? He's a kind man, and he has absolutely no expectations of me to do this kind. He's got no expectations. There's no
they always do if they buy new shit.
Angel,
They
No,
always do.
these gifts. He sent me that wind chime, that sun catcher.
Angel, that's obsessive crafting.
I mean, he sends me this stuff, and he said it's just because you're a kind person. You've always been kind to me, and I want to do kind things for you.
Yeah, that's
Oh, he wants to do some kind things to you, all
yeah, he
right.
wants to do some things.
Thanks, Shazam. She's like the best wingman ever. She agrees with everything I say. Like what she said. Shazam's the
I was
best.
saying it before you.
I am going to believe that he's just a very kind, nice
He's
man.
just a very kind man with an obsession. That's all I
Kind, yeah. Kind men will send you a flower or
Spent
flowers.
hundreds of hours
Learning
Yeah.
what you like
thinking about you.
and sending it to your house.
P.O. box.
Thinking about you.
Well, sending it to you, period. To your physical space. Regardless, it's in your house right now, isn't it? So I was right the first time.
Nine. Remember in that box?
Christopher,
Only kidding. I'm only
I'm
kidding.
so goofy.
But
Hang
it
out with
definitely
us,
went to a
dude.
P.O. box.
It doesn't matter. My point is that it's in your physical property right now. So somebody that takes the time to do that, they're not just a follower.
No.
They have a hardcore crush on you.
Well,
And but be careful because the ones that try to win somebody over like that and they're already obsessive. Okay? You know me well enough, dude. You know I have
I'm
obsessive
going to
compulsive
choose-
disorder. You know
I'm
how
going
I
to
go
choose-
hard.
Stalkers. I've had stalkers my whole life.
there's never been anything like that with him. He's never been anything but kind, and he's never.
Jolene, see? Getting seconded. Thirded. Shazam thirded me.
Well, I'm glad you feel
Fellas,
it.
speak
That,
up.
that's nice. That's nice.
Because there's
It is-
never
it's
been
awesome.
there's never been anything out of pocket. He's never ever done or said anything out of pocket to me ever.
Okay. That's nice.
And while I would normally
With me,
agree
they're
with,
like,
while I
I
would
sure like
normally
your eyes,
agree
and I
with
sure
you,
would like to see them.
and 2 decks
Wonder
of
what your
cards.
feet look like in there. I get crap like that all the time.
While I would normally agree with you, I just don't get that vibe from him.
That's awesome.
But you wouldn't.
Everybody's
because-
agreeing, so we got to move on because I only have so much energetic space to take in everybody else's, and I really want this. Hey, Gideon! I really want this to be an impactful life for everybody.
Okay.
That's awesome fucking gifts though, and I really hope that
Beautiful.
I just
I
don't
really hope
understand
that
why
he
somebody
continue-
can't just be a kind person without having to have ulterior motives.
I can.
That's
I
true.
envision that world. But unfortunately, I've been programmed too, dude. That's exactly what this is about today. I've been programmed to believe that if they are giving you something, that they are wanting something. We've all been programmed to
So
believe
have
that.
I, and I've
I
been,
know. We all have.
but I've been proven differently with the first gift.
See, I would feel like I would
Howard?
have to reciprocate that and give him something personal. Right, sorry, I'm just getting off track.
Salvatore likes him. Diane's brother likes him, then I like him. Okay, I'll shut up about it. But I don't ever get stuff like that. Like, fuck. In fact, I will lay it out for you right now. The only person I ever, hey, what if I ever was with was the love of my life. The one dude that I can't say, the one that had the heart attack recently and is homeless and all that. Because he did, yeah, there was a little bit of emotional abuse, a little bit of manipulation, gaslighting, and stonewalling going on, a little bit of heartbreak and stuff. That happened. But what he did for me was so fucking impactful because he got me back into my writing, my art. He would buy me notebooks and pens. Hey, Jolene. He'd buy me notebooks and pens and things like that, or markers or paints or whatever, and he'd say, hey, next time I see you, I just want to see one page. I don't care what's on it. I just want you to do something with at least one page.
I just
And
wanna I
and
just wanna put my 2 cents in. So I don't think that he has to be out of pocket to like you, but he is like giving you so much. Like what he's investing in you is like very meaningful. And it's not to say that maybe he doesn't, but maybe he does. And if you have that conversation, you might be surprised.
I don't think so. Okay. I'm not saying he doesn't like me. What I'm saying is he doesn't have ulterior motives.
Oh, I certainly wasn't necessarily saying that. Ulterior motives like nefarious, as opposed to maybe trying to make an impression, could be a possibility. I don't think that, just because somebody likes you means that they have negative ulterior motives. But that's a lot, girl. Like I was down in the comments going, where do you find a sugar daddy like that? Cause like beautiful gifts, gorgeous,
They are
and
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's beautiful, and the amount of time and effort and all of that he put into those gifts is very meaningful. And people don't just run around giving gifts to anybody. There's a reason why he chose you to give those gifts to.
Yeah, and people don't do stuff like that for me.
Well, yeah. And so I'm like, girl, why is you in denial? I mean, we
and
could be
here's the thing,
wrong.
man. Here's the thing, though. While we're saying, and we can actually stay on topic with this. Sorry. Yeah. Hello. So the fuck. I'm getting attacked by the cats. They're fighting underneath me. I forgot what the fuck I was about to say, you guys. My brain just immediately squirreled the fuck off. Ow! I'm about to punch you. Not really gonna punch her, I swear to God, I'm not. Hey, Mr. Disrespectful. Oh, that's been programmed into you to think that you are not worth just being given gifts from a fan. That's the things that we're here to discover today by doing this together, by sharing our kinds of stories and the things that we're realizing that
I agree.
when you were a little kid,
I gift people without expectations all the time.
when you were a kid, though, before life had a chance to really fuck you over too much. I know most of it fucked us over the second we were born, but before it got really, really, really in the psyche there, before it became a part of the programming and the conditioning, what was your reaction when somebody gave you a random, or took the time to watch you and see what you liked and then got you that specific thing?
Nobody did that.
How did you react then?
Nobody did that for me.
I remember if I wanted something specific, I had to specifically ask for it.
Me too.
Otherwise, I
And then
just
I had
got
to
like
hope I got it. And
random
usually if I
shit,
was going to
like-
get it, it was from my grandparents, not from anybody else.
I got generic shit from grandparents. In fact, they only had 3 grandkids: my brother, myself, and my cousin. And my cousin was their first grandchild, but I was 3.5 months old when they adopted me, and she's 6 weeks younger than me. So they had her first, but I'm the oldest. So
I think that's why I'm such a gift giver now, because nobody did that for me.
I see that I'm the same way in that sense, and I take the time to look at
Gifting
and
is
pay
my love
attention to what they
language.
like.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm not really understanding though is like if you are a gift giver, you put a lot into your gifts as well, right?
I absolutely do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. And so I'm looking at it, I'm kind of putting myself in your shoes. And
I
then,
actually
like,
wrote a
in
whole ass poem about it.
Oh, you write poetry too? Cool.
I do. I wrote a poem about it just yesterday, to be honest.
It's like
2 seconds.
when you're a gift giver
Jolene,
and you-
2 seconds. Can everybody welcome Jolene back? She's been on hiatus for a minute. She's had her own thing going, but she's here back, and we are so happy to have her back. But there's a lot of people that you've missed or that you haven't gotten a chance to see. So, Jolene, that's Angel, that's Shazam, that's Steve, and we got Spirit Moon and Wesley and Gideon in here. And who else? I don't know who else that is. Oh, Diane's brother. So that's Salvatore, Diane's brother. So, welcome back to the family, Jolene. I'm glad you opened your thing back up because I didn't know if you were going to. Last time you said anything about it, you said you weren't coming back to TikTok.
Oh,
We
I
have Gus
wasn't
in
going
here.
to, but I
Hi,
did.
Tim.
Thank you for the welcome back. I've been doing makeup videos, so I figured I'll just
I know I've
focus
been
on
watching
that
them.
for a while. Nice to meet you. I did follow you.
I followed you back.
Awesome. What are we doing today?
So today is the episode 16 of our One Mic at a Time. The reverberation sounds because of the fan and everything. I don't understand. They can like AI watch us and see a little tiny bit of like Palo Santo smoke and call me out for smoking something else, or they can hear us make an innuendo or a joke and they'll take it somewhere else, or we'll get banned for stuff that we didn't do at all. And but they can't fix the fucking sound quality so that we can all have our fucking mics open. Sorry, that's how I feel about it. Anyway, not you guys, damn. Bear, come on. I just lost my Palo Santo. Today's topic is the 16th episode of the alignment series that we've been doing for several weeks now. And this time I didn't write a script for it with all this information that I was sharing. Instead, I decided to shut it down and shut the script down entirely and just ask you guys what about you is real to you. And then before the night is over, we're going to find out what's still real in that. So if you guys have pens, notebooks, or anything like that, and you actually want to write the questions down, or you want to, hey, Beaner Bear, or you want to write them down for reflection later, or whatever, or take any notes at all, even though I'm not scripting and I'm not really teaching tonight, I'm teaching in a different way. Because by writing the script that I threw in the trash, I didn't throw it in the trash, I threw it in digital trash, but anyway, still retrievable. But in doing that and putting all of the things into work and checking myself and becoming more aware of myself just in the last couple of weeks since I started on this script, I learned a whole fucking lot about myself that's programmed. And I've wondered myself, what the fuck's authentic? What's left? What is there underneath all of that? Underneath all the overacting and the erratic behavior and the it's all a show. It's all on purpose. I dance and sing at work, and I don't give a fuck if they like it or not. And I've fought for my authentic self my entire life, but then I'm finding out all this time later. Thank you for the gifts, guys. All this time later, at 47 years old, how much of me is actually me, and how much of me is actually programmed, because all of that overacting and comedy shit started because I was actively masking neurodivergence that I didn't get, that I didn't find out about until 2 years ago. It was my way of trying to make the people's energy change back to a happy or a laughter energy once they got into that, oh my fucking God. Like, because I speak matter of factly. Thank you for the hard on, brother. I love my brothers give me hard on. Thank you, Beaner Bear. I speak matter of factly when I'm talking about things sometimes. And so people take that as arrogance or bossiness or she's trying to tell me what to do or a million other fucking stupid ass things. And I'm the whole time dumbfounded and had no idea. Why doesn't anybody like me? Why don't people like me? I don't get it. I'm funny. I'm smart. I'm caring. I give them shit. I pay attention to them and I get them the gifts that they like. So I get that. You know what I mean? Like, then I get to looking at it. I'm like, well, shit. Why did I start giving people gifts? Because nobody would come to my parties and give me gifts. Because I was demon child, devil, girl, and witch. I was a young psychic that scared them. So I wasn't allowed to over at sleepovers, and the other kids were not allowed to sleep over with me. I never had anybody show up to my birthday party. So when people have birthday parties now, I make a big deal out of it. You know, and I get that. Like, I programmed myself to, hey, Sigmund Dragmus, I programmed myself to give others what I didn't have and desperately needed and wanted. That's what we're all doing. If you look really, 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 really close to yourself, that's what we're all doing. We're giving others what we needed. Sometimes what we still need Turn them crickets back on, Beaner. That's nice. I'm
What?
gonna mute just to hear
What?
crickets for 2 seconds.
What sign are you again? I just wanted to point that out to you.
I'm an Aries, but I have a Leo rising.
Yeah.
He said, I know. I've seen your charts, asshole. I know. Shut up. But like,
That Aries though, it has a lot to do with what you're talking about right now. I feel like.
but it does, but it doesn't. So check it out. It does, but it doesn't. Because I don't know if you guys have done your charts, your human design, your natal charts, all the way down into the nodes and the makes and the. I can't do the background noise. There's other person talking though. Hi though, being a Bears girl. How you doing? Thank you. I can do the crickets, but then the third party came in and I started hearing 6 different voices in my head. Oh, I got it wrong. I did Aries makeup. You did an Aries one, dude. Oh, sorry, kitty. I'll check that out later. Squirrel, back on track. So, like for instance, how many of you get up in the morning and have coffee? This one, so little. Raise your hands. Coffee or a hot tea? Yeah, I'm allergic to coffee, but I do have a hot tea. So I'll throw that in there. Coffee or hot tea. We all have a mug in our hands in the morning. User number, beat it. Beat it, just beat it. Get the fuck up out my room. I got the biggest moderators. They're gonna bite your nose off and spit it out. So, like, who? Did I do that when I was little? I don't think I did. Apple fell out. How you doing, babe? I don't remember. But then I do at the same time because, like, we would practice rock bands. We would play rock bands even though we didn't have the game yet. We would play, like, with air guitar and drums and then we do Indiana Jones. And, I mean, yeah, we played as little kids. We played all these things that we do now. So which parts of us are authentic? What's our authentic identity? So Steve, since I've been talking about all this, have you reflected on yourself and seen anything that's like, oh shit, that is definitely something I programmed in me or somebody told me about me that you would like to share with us?
Well, yeah. You know, I've looked at all this stuff. You know, I've looked at all that, and you know, back at who I was and why I was like that, how I became like that. You know what I mean? And you know, for me, it was kind of like, you know, when you talk about identity, you know, for me being biracial, you know, my mother being black, my father being white, you know, you kind of have a problem with your identity, you know, being biracial sometimes because you're not black enough for the black people, you're not white enough for the white people, so you're trying to fit in and trying to identify yourself. You know, when I was around my black family, I acted a certain way. When I was around my white family, I acted a certain way. You know what I mean? Because who am I? I've got to fit into my environment. So I'm not being me. I'm being who I think I should be in this situation around these people. I'm being what I need to be accepted. You know, to be validated, to gain their approval. You know, I couldn't go to the black household asking to watch The Love Boat. I would have got laughed at. I can't go to the white household and ask to watch The Jeffersons or Sanford and Son. They don't watch that. That's not acceptable there. So my identity became attached to my situation and circumstances, and that's not rare. That's most people. You know what I mean? But you know, for me, you know, it you know, so many people are convinced that they know who they are. I was convinced that I knew who I was for 50 years. How do you connect with your authenticity and who you really are if you're convinced you're something else? That's the question. That's the question that has to be, you know, looked at if you really want to align with who you are. But a lot of people don't want to look outside of who they think they are or they're convinced they are. And a lot of times when they're challenged on that, they get defensive and they put a wall up. So there's a lot to this identity and authenticity. But that's kind of
I
my
have a
thoughts
question
on.
for you. It
Hmm.
is, and you're not gonna like it. I think I'm about to say the first question you ever that you're not gonna like. Well, I'm not really worried about what other people are doing. I'm asking you about you. That wasn't a question.
Oh no. I get what you're saying, and see, I kind of got off course. But what I was saying was, I kind of gave that example with my identity, being biracial. Like I said, I couldn't, I didn't, I spoke on myself. I couldn't, I didn't know what my identity was. I was trying to fit in. That's what I was saying. I was trying to fit in with one or the other, and then finally, as I came out of that, then I started to think who I realized, okay, I didn't have to be either one of those, but I still didn't know who I was fully. You know what I mean? I still thought I was still under a lot of the programs and constructs and what society said. And like I said, when I went through my awakening, I fought that tooth and nail because I didn't like the person I was becoming because it was a threat to who I thought I was, and I didn't want to step into the unknown. I didn't want my identity challenged. I didn't want my reality shattered. You know what I mean? And it has to be to a certain degree. It has to be to a certain degree to evolve and become aligned with that awareness and that, you know what I mean, and that authenticity. Just my thoughts.
Sorry, Steve. Hi, Shazam. Nice to meet you. Are you an only child, or did you have a sibling that you could follow example by or lead by?
No, I'm well, yeah, I have siblings, but I'm the oldest.
Oh,
So
right, okay.
yeah.
Just wondering that. Thank you.
So check that out, actually. And when he was talking about the biracial thing, and Spirit Moon had posted in the comments about her being, hey, cousin Tristan, how you doing? Her being the only indigenous person in the what is it called? Orphanage? Oh no, foster care. And so she was shunned, and I get that. I was the only member of my adopted family that was adopted, and the only member of my blood family that was adopted. Hello, Jesus. How you doing, Jesus? Good to see you, buddy. So I got told that, didn't have to love you because you're adopted a lot. Not by everybody, but by a lot of them. And I had two different families, so I should have been doubly blessed, but I felt doubly cursed and doubly betrayed and abandoned, and never understood why they didn't like me. And then, in school, nobody liked me. And then I've been an adult now for how many years? Two and a half. I've consistently find this everywhere I go. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to say anything to anybody. Don't have to be in their presence or look at them. Just walking into the new place, there's always going to be at least one person that immediately loves me and one person that immediately hates me. And the one that immediately hates me has a really, 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 really bad time. Or a really great time, rather, I should say, collecting others to hate me too. Oh, why? What did Tingling do? Tingling do the troll thing? I wasn't paying attention. I trust you anyway, Gideon. You know what's up. Anyway, that just kept happening, and it keeps happening, and it doesn't matter how strong my integrity is. Okay, gotcha. I trust you anyway because you always got that. Every one of my moderators are the best moderators in the entire business, and you all have very specific jobs that are unique and to you, and that are your specific gifts, your specific abilities. And I've always said that. That is why I like to have a community of people around me. I don't want anybody that's like-minded and like dressed and like same music. Fuck, that's boring. Do you want to be stuck watching the same movies all the time, guys? If we all like the same movies and didn't have any other desire to watch any other kind of movie, just those. Okay, these are the movies we're watching. Great. We're never gonna have to buy another movie because we all like these movies. I know that's a silly metaphor, but it's still a point that I'm making. Like, one of the things that I remember about myself as a kid I was the first one that was like, I didn't want to dress like everybody else. I would do shit like this. This is two separate dresses that I got at a thrift store here in town for $1 each on different weeks. And then, a necklace and I took my old hat. It was supposed to be like this, but I messed it up. And I just funkied up my hair. That's all the hell I did. But I made a cool ass outfit out of it. But as a kid, and I would do cool shit like this, where I would go to thrift shops and I would get like 1970s, 1960s fucking polyester and shit. And they were like I was getting the pointed collars and the fucking paisley dresses and all that shit. Every fucking bit of it the big fucking neon green fur. Hell the fuck yes, I had that. Every fucking weird ass piece of clothing I could find, I would put it on my person if it fit. And if it didn't, I'd alternate it so it would. And I would take t-shirts and cut them off and do this, let them hang off my bra, and it rocked. It looked great. A few years later, I see shirts like that are made like that being sold for like $50. And I was doing it for $2. You know what I mean? Like, and they were always telling me that I looked weird and why couldn't I be like everybody else? And why did I want to be standing out like that? I'm going to draw attention to myself. It's not going to be the attention you like. And bibbity bobbity boo and onward. It doesn't matter if you draw attention to yourself. If somebody wants to do something bad to you, they're going to do something bad to you, whether you drew the attention or not. Had nothing to fucking do with what you were dressed or how you presented yourself.
Quick short story. Is that okay?
Yeah, shut me up.
I was a junior hairdresser and I had really beautiful long brown hair. And crazy colour was just invented. And I got my head shaved and I had a massive mohawk. Brightest blue you've ever seen. Red dots up to my knees. And I went home and I chapped the door and my mum opened the door and she went, no, shut the door on me again. She wouldn't let me back in. I had to go and stay with my pal for a couple of nights.
I want to see it too, Jolene, and I always say the bibbidi bobbidi boo. If you got a picture of it, we would love to see that. And I've always wanted to do a mohawk. In fact, mohawks are my very favorite hairstyle of all time for men and women. I don't care. Hey, Michael, I fucking love a mohawk. My parents got a picture with a bunch of punk rockers in California when they went to visit my aunt and uncle up there. I didn't get to go because, I had a laugh and we weren't talking, I guess, at the time. But they went and they got a picture with some punk rockers that they could pay money to get a picture with. And the one had the big Liberty spikes and everything. And then the chick had like big old spikes on her shoulders. It was fucking badass. They took the picture and they presented it to me when they came back home from California. They were like, here, we did this for you. We saw them and they're like, oh, she'll love that. And because I started out in punk bands, that's my shiz. I'm down for it. And it's the only picture of my parents that I tried to hang on to. And it was not because my parents were in the picture. It was because, that was cute to me. I would have done something silly like that hello, Morpho, I would have done something silly like that too for somebody I cared about. Your daughter had a 1, the family hated it. She loved it. But yeah, dad made me take a water hose to my hair. My mom bought me that, the one washout kind of hair dye from Hot Topic back in the 90s. Y'all remember that? And I had white blonde hair. So they noticed and gifted you meaningful. Thank you. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, sorry. Emotional rewind. But my, fuck, I'm over it. Yeah, dad made me wash it out. Mom bought it. Mom paid for it. Mom took me to Hot Topic to buy it at the mall. It was like a little fun daughter. We went and ate at Wyatt's and everything. Or sorry, it was Luby's back then. It's in Liberty Spikes. He had really long hair. My son has never grown his hair out long. The longest it's ever been is like chin length, and he's freaking half Apache. I'm like, bro, you are making me sad, for one, because I love long hair. 2, you don't even want to see what it looks like once? Just once? You know what? I think you'll be beautiful with freaking hair down your back. And he's like, I don't want to be beautiful. I want to be being. Men are beautiful. The fuck? The fuck? Also, you're my child, so guess what? You're fucking beautiful, bitch. I was kind of hoping he was going to be here tonight because it's been three Tuesdays. He gets every third Tuesday off and gets to come to my life for a little bit and comes up on the panel, and it's pretty awesome. How can you headband with short hair? Headbang, you mean? Some guy wanted to touch it. He came home and cut it. Oh, a guy, because a guy wanted to touch it? Oh, I've seen that story a few times. My son had a blue mohawk before. Oh, that's awesome. He chose it. People had the side eye, and he learned to be him. That's what's up. See, there was this one little, like maybe 3-year-old boy. Hey, fella Corin. I ran into him in the grocery store. Green Day was playing on the overhead intercom. This little 3-year-old knew every fucking word. I could barely hear the song. Okay, I didn't even know. I wouldn't have recognized that it was Green Day until I got close enough to the boy to hear the words, and I was like, "Hey, that's a Green Day song." Hey, Chad. And he had a little green mohawk, and it was only like an inch long. He had like buzz cutted it and then like left that little strip and then dyed it green, and that's what's up. But like, that's dress. That's not behavior, thought process, personality. What parts of those things are really us in art? I feel like I'm an artist. I'm a performer. Every artist and every performer I've ever seen has been pretty freaking eccentric. And I think I'm pretty fucking tame compared. However, did I choose to become an eccentric person because of that? Y'all ready for the first question? Yeah. Oh. I wrote them down on this because it was faster than trying to write them in hand. And I didn't even turn this thing on in 2 weeks. It's freaking glorious. Having two things drive me insane. All right, let's see. Okay. Beaner, what did you love before anyone told you if it was good, bad, or worth anything? Like when you were a little kid, what did you just freaking love to do before anybody had an opinion on it? Are you there?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is one that I think that exists for most children. And I'm gonna say the box that my presents came in. The box. Because every child out there on this planet absolutely loves to play in a box.
Bro, I bring cut boxes and chip boxes home for these fools all the time. Felt. But like, what was it about it that you loved, that you would consider part of who you are, not just what you're into? Like, why did you love it so much?
Because I thought the box was a gift. Or part of my gift, I think. You know? Another one was my first, I got a three-wheeler at a very young age. 4.5 years old. And, you know, I manifested that thing. My dad sat there with giving me lessons on how to work a clutch and how to operate it, the gas pedal, how to fill the tank up. It was like what we did before I went to bed every single night, you know, as he was tucking me in before that point. And, you know, the one thing he told me I had to do before I could get that three-wheeler was learn to pedal a bike. And I tell you what, I pedaled that bike like no other as soon as I possibly could.
No, I get that though. So like your dad, that sounded like a great dad, man. You got tucked in and you got trained and encouraged to start on baby steps before going to the bigger thing, that is a good dad, you guys. That is. Hey, Don Juan. That
I
is a
mean,
good dad, man. You're a lucky man. Hi, Enlightened. How you doing, Sada?
yeah, even more so realizing that, like, because life happened after that point. My parents got divorced when I was 8, and, when it came to the self-reflection, like, those moments on baseball games, the supercrosses that I went to as a young child, carry so much importance in how I interact with my children now.
Dude, that's so important, man. That is so good. So many people in this world are not that lucky. And that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So you like to go fast. You like to push the limits, do more than you were supposed to at whatever size or age. That is fucking awesome. What do you like
Yeah.
about it now? I mean, what do you like most now? That might be. Is that still a thing in you, or has it warped in some way? Wanting to go fast, wanting to be, hey, firewoman, wanting to be doing things, taking risks, and learning new things.
Now I get that excitement and joy watching my kids do it. But the one thing that I do still do to this day that was another one of those moments for me is going down a water slide. And every time that me and my kids go to the Y together, I get so much joy. You can't go down a water slide without having a smile on your face when you're done.
And if you do, you did it wrong.
Yes, that part.
I almost lost my son in a water slide not far away at the Quartz Mountain Refuge. They used to have this concrete water slide that was in operation my whole childhood. And at the bottom of the pool was like, it would like take you under really fast. And then I went down the slide like 3 or 4 times with my son. He was toddling. He was already walking, but he was still little. And the water swept him out from under my arms, and it was causing so much white on top from the little fake rapids that I could not see through the fucking the pool to find out where my kid was. And I knew that he was swirling in that shit. And the lifeguard saw it happen, and so she jumped in. By the time hey Anna, Area, how you doing? By the time I got close enough to start, got my feet under me where I could start searching for my child, she already had him, and I was like, oh fucking thank God. And she was sitting on the steps with him where you walk out of the little pool. But I had a whole like half a second fucking heart attack, dude. Like, oh fucking shit, I unalive my kid. I drowned my son, I didn't mean to. It's just a fucking water slide.
Bro.
But that's awesome though. And I got that too from my dad. But go ahead.
I did the same exact thing with my son over 2020 because we're at one of our favorite water parks, and they normally have 2-person tubes, or had previous to that. So I went up the stairs with him for his first time to go down it, and we get to the top, and they're like, no, we don't have 2-person tubes anymore. You got to take single tubes down, and you can't ride together, so I ended up sending them down ahead of me. And yeah, same exact thing as what you're talking about happened. The lifeguards had to pull them out. Mom was pretty mad at me.
Well, thankfully I was mom, so I was more mad at me for letting go of my kid, but it happens. Everybody's got a story like that, either happening to them or happening to their own children or grandchildren sometimes too. That's adorable. But I think we missed the mark just a little bit on my question. But hang tight with me, Beaner, because I got more coming around. I'm going to ask Jolene one now, if that's okay with Jolene. I like asking Jolene questions. Jolene.
Are you asking the same question?
No.
But I liked that question.
If you want to answer that question, I will allow it.
What was
Would
the
you like for
question?
me to read?
No.
I fucking did. What did you love before anyone told you if it was good, bad, or worth anything?
Mm, my femininity. My femininity. Yeah. So creative endeavors and being able to do makeup. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but when I was 5, I got bit by a dog and I have scars on my face. It was 200 stitches and 4 hours of plastic surgery to put my face back together. So I did makeup in the 3rd grade, and I remember my dad getting after my teacher for telling me that I couldn't do it. Because in his eyes, I should do makeup. I should cover the scars. I should, not be who I truly am. And I got mixed emotions and mixed feelings because in 7th grade, I tried a new eyeliner look, and there was a boy that was picking on me hardcore. And I remember running to the bathroom and my friends following behind me. And I'm like, I don't understand. I can't ever please these people. I can't ever get it right. And she told me, you don't have to worry about it. Just be you. We love you for you. So that was a lesson that I learned and developed throughout my entire life, that I realized there was a choice. I could either not wear it, which I do often. My partner right now tells me, you look beautiful with bag over your head. And I'm like, that's not very encouraging. But it's the
He's
sense.
not wrong though. You're fucking gorgeous no matter what. So it wouldn't matter what happened to you. You're drop dead gorgeous, regardless,
Well,
scars, makeup, or not. That's what he meant when he said it. He might have used the wrong terminology, maybe a little
exactly.
harsher, but that's what he meant
Uh-huh.
when he said it.
Right. I know what he meant. I pick on him because he's not the greatest with words. And I'm like, I know what you meant. You could have said it more smooth, but he's not very smooth. So we'll take it. That's him. We'll accept it.
Not everybody can be this smooth and this fine. Okay.
Right. So I just kind of learned that, it's an expression of my femininity. I like to be able to dress up. Sometimes it's a little risque. I stopped doing that because I want people to focus more so, above the chest. Um, but, I had to learn different ways of being able to express myself. And I also realized it doesn't always have to be the same. A lot of people would be like, well, why did you change your hair color? Well, why did you change the style of your makeup? Why did you? Well, because I'm evolving. Because I like,
I just said, fuck you, that's why.
sit on it and rotate. um, it's really about being able to express it in all of its aspects. So a lot of people are looking for consistency. A lot of people are looking for, something that is stable. Well, don't rely on me. Don't, lean on me, because I am like pure chaos. Like, feminine energy is chaotic, but in the most beautiful way. So that's something that I have had to learn, that I loved it when I started and didn't have to change it for nobody.
And that actually made me think of something. I've always loved performing, always. So I guess I did do that stuff when I was little, because dance, singing, most of the games that we would play when we would play pretend was band, or I would write a play and we would all have characters and we'd all play parts in the characters and stuff. Like Mirrored Patter. Hello. Um, I get nervous when I see mirrored anything come in here. And I just felt that nervousness. Check that out. But I would always get told that, you don't ever look where you're going. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're constantly dancing and moving around. And, well, none of us knew I was autistic. Don't be scared. I don't bite hard. Well, I do. And these are my real teeth. And they're very strong. And I bite the shit out of everybody. Right? That's why they're all here, because I bit them. And so now they're not like zombies or vampires. It's more like I bit them with the awesome bug. No, that would be Angel, because she oozes it. So fuck, I gotta come up with something else. I gotta ask why I stopped coloring my hair. Why you stopped coloring it? Fuck them, dude. Fuck them. Meadow, what did I say? Menopause.
It says Meadowpires.
Oh, I like menopause though. I'm in menopause. It's great. Chew the tops from soda cans raw. Fuck. That was cute though. You chew the tops from soda cans?
Yeah, like the little tops that come off the soda cans. I just chew
The
them.
tabs.
Yep.
Like, I'm assuming she doesn't gnaw the entire lid off the soda can.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
What I saw in my head
She
was
doesn't
like
need a
joke,
can
like
opener for
Jolene's
her
like, I just
ravioli.
had-
She's just on the edge.
Beast.
Nummy. I'll take a Diet Coke can next and follow that up with an RC Cola. That's what I'm feeling today for dinner. She's the can opener. Fucking idiot. Okay. All right, Angel. Do you want me to pick another question or do you want that one?
It doesn't matter. What do you want to do?
It's up to you. I mean, it's a great question because it made me start thinking when I was listening to Jolene's answer, I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I actually have always been a performer, so I guess I've always done this. I remember
And
being little
I
in the
can.
mirror going,
I feel like my answer is a combination of what everybody has said so far. So like, I actually started writing my
that's a
answer
good question.
down as Beaner Bear was answering. I started writing my answer down to what he is saying because my answer is creating things like art, drawing, painting, sculpting, just being weird and imaginative, building giant, intricate forts, choreographing dances, creating stories, writing plays, scripts, creating worlds of whimsy, creating characters with creating characters. This is the biggest one, was creating characters with entire backgrounds and backstories with unique head to toe looks for the characters. Not just, there was this one character that I used to make that was like this. She used to have this lipstick from like almost up to her lips down to my nose, down to my chin, and it would come in like this. And I would paint my entire face. My mom has pictures of it that I would make these characters on myself, and then like they would have their entire personalities, and I would do this like as a little kid. It was just, I don't know. I would do this from a small child. Another thing I used to try to do when I was a kid was hatch eggs all the time. I used to watch cartoons and sit on a bowl with an egg and a washcloth and try to hatch eggs. And nobody told me I couldn't, but it was just what I tried to do. But so there's
I got
that.
told I couldn't fit on the eggs.
They literally called me
Well,
Mother Goose when I was a little girl.
Wait, what is your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh. I would not have guessed that. That's wild. Fascinating.
What would you have guessed me as?
I don't know. Like an air sign or a fire sign?
Well, Libra's an air sign.
Oh, well, true, but I don't know.
But
Like,
you know what's funny is you say an air sign or a fire sign. I'm a Libra with a Sagittarius stellium.
oh, there it is. Okay.
But I have a Libra stellium and a Sagittarius stellium.
That makes sense. That's great, Mother Goose. I remember doing wild things with like my friend. We would like grab fish eggs out of the pond and we would put them like in the sink, hoping that they would hatch in the sink. And my stepmom did not like that. She was like freaking out.
I used to steal the fish when my grandpa would go fishing. I'd steal the fish and go down the pond and let him back in the water, and he would get so mad at me. I felt bad for him. I'm like, we don't need these. But yeah, but also the femininity thing, I resonated with that a lot too, because I've always been into makeup and dresses. I like, even today, like I literally only wear dresses. I love doing my makeup. I really into the makeup and the femininity thing.
all right, Shazam, you still awake? Hey, Spicy. How you doing, Ginger?
I'm on the go.
You are?
Uh-huh.
We're dropping them like flat.
Sorry, I cut you off. My bad, Angel. I couldn't hear Shazam at all, so my fan had to come back on. I was burning up. I apologize. I did not mean to cut you off mid-sentence. Hi, Smelladine. Hang tight. Meet up. I'll be right back, right to you. Okay, baby cakes? Be right to you. Because Shazam's like 4 a.m. over there, and she's ready to black out. So
No, I'm
So everybody
actually
mute up and
feeling
Just gonna
better.
say hello, beautiful. Then
you're
I'm
doing
mute
what?
up.
No. Yeah, stay, because I got a question for you. Okay, Shazam. Do you want the same question or do you want a different one?
Oh, fire away.
Fire away a different
Whatever.
one?
Whatever.
Alright, let's see what else we got then. Okay. Okay, here's this one is one that I wanted to answer for myself, and so I'm going to throw this out at Shazam as well. What have you kept doing, even when it cost you something real, like a friendship, a job, people's opinion of you? Like something that you just kept doing it and you didn't give a fuck. Like, you're still going to do this.
Painting on walls. Graffiti. Mentions. I've been painting. I was everything growing up. I was a hippie, I was a punk, I was a mod, I was a rocker, I've been everything. And I used to paint my room and just whatever, like Bob Marley and all that, and the Aswads and all that kind of stuff. And when I started taking acid, I painted a big dragon at the bottom of my bed, and he used to come crawling up beside me at night. And I done a big Rolling Stones tongue, and I used to stick pictures of them onto the tongue. And then I had an aeroplane, and it had coming out the back. It said flying. Oh no, it said tripping. And my mum and dad were like, "That's a really good painting, but I don't really understand." Oh my God, they let me away with blue murder. But they encouraged it from a very early age to express myself on walls. So I ended up painting half of Drumchapel's murals in glow-in-the-dark paint, like Jim Morrison with the hands and the Stoned Again guy, and oh God. And I think that's the only thing that made me acceptable to people, because they wanted me to do something for them. I don't think they actually liked me. I think they just wanted me to do something for them, free. And that's how I grew up, in primary, drawing clowns and puppies for people. And then as I kind of got a little bit older, it was all horror. Horror everywhere. And that stuck with me. And when Lana was little, our friends came up and I gave them pens. And I said, go for it. And boy, did they go for it. Although they started writing like Stephen's a cock, and they were like 14, and they started writing all this crazy mad graffiti, and I was like, no, I didn't actually mean you to go that far, guys. But yeah, I think it really kind of liberated me, and I kept it, and I taught Lana to do it as well. So it was good fun.
Did you lose friends or jobs or people's
God,
opinions from painting on walls?
No, just for being me.
Yeah,
Just for being me. Yeah.
I get that. They don't like the fact that I sing all the time. They don't like the fact that I dance all the time. That I'm always making jokes. And I think everything's funny.
I was a carer. I worked with the terminally ill, and I just could not be in the crowd that were doing stuff that I just did not agree with, and I couldn't stand it. And it haunts me. I mean, it really haunts me. The things that they thought I was involved in and I wasn't, and I never, it's just difficult, really difficult. And I went to, I was looking after a woman that had some Down syndrome. She had a Down syndrome daughter who lived till she was 34. She actually had 3 Down syndrome kids. But when I went to look after her, I put her chair at the window so she could look out to the park, and I gave the daughter Play-Doh and a wee doll because she was young in her head, and I got sacked. Because I changed the routine. Even though they loved it and it was wonderful and their faces lit up, and for one night they came to life and I got sacked. Yep.
I'm
That's
sorry,
the kind
baby.
of stuff that happened to me.
I get I want to answer that one too. What was it? What have you kept doing even when it cost you something real, a friendship, a job, people's opinion of you? I always say what's on my mind. And I only recently, over the last couple of years, started becoming aware of how it affected other people. But I didn't know I was autistic back then, so that just came off as arrogant, know-it-all, bossy, all that shit, when I was just trying to help them or saw something that needed to be said. Hey, man, you don't know that you're like this or that you're doing this, and so here you are, and I'm going to tell you about yourself. And I've lost so many jobs. I've lost so many people, so many friends. But every time a friend has ever come to me with that same attitude and been like, hey, you know what, Meadow? When you talk to people, you come off as kind of arrogant and bossy. You know that you never listen to anybody, and but it might behoove you once in a while to listen to somebody, okay? I couldn't, just refused until I started doing the self-awareness shit a few years ago. Then I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that I was affecting people like this by saying things so matter-of-factly and bluntly. I didn't realize that I was actively hurting folk.
I have a question. Have you ever gone through like a people-pleasing phase? Did you have to shift that within you?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah. I do the extremes a lot. Oh, were you talking to me or Shazam?
Oh, whoever really wants to answer it. I mean, I went through a people-pleasing phase, and I wouldn't say anything. And I do the same thing. There's a level of going from one end of the spectrum to the other to just, I'm not holding anything back, and realizing that I have to be able to find a happy medium without holding myself back so far that I become something that I'm not.
Yeah.
So that can be a real difficult balance, a tough dance, if you will, between, wanting to, I think that one of the things that I like to live by is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Because that helps a lot in determining on
Really
whether
write that down. Wait a minute. Is it true?
is it
what?
is it kind?
Is it kind?
Is it necessary? Because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it comes from, you're irritating me, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. Hush, be quiet. So I like to try to have at least 2 of those things before I say something. Otherwise, I might have to look at it like, am I just being bitchy today? Because that can happen.
Thank you for that, Charlene.
Oh, you're welcome.
Nice. Yeah, I've got that. That was nice. Thank you. Is that me off the hook, teacher? Do you want to see my teeth? Now they're just temporary, and they're tiny.
You have to put your camera on.
I know. I don't know if I'm ready. Okay. You see them? Oh God.
No, because your face is in the comments. You got to put your face above the comments where I can see. Oh, it looks awesome. How's it feel? Oh, you look gorgeous. How do you feel? I know they hurt. I know.
Yeah.
I can tell it hurts. when you smile, but dude, you look awesome.
I
Did you get
went
your
from
eyebrows done
going,
recently too?
I went from going with no teeth at all for months, like completely gumsy. Wouldn't leave, well, don't leave the house anyway, but I think they're alright.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank
More
you so much.
importantly, you don't just look good because you have teeth. You look good because you are glowing.
Well,
Because you've recently gotten to finally do something you've been looking forward to for a long time. And that glow when you finally get to accomplish something or you finally get the thing you've been anticipating, the thing that you've been wanting, man, when you get that glow going on, dude, it doesn't matter
I'm getting
if
my
your
hair
hair's sticking
done
up
next
or if you
week.
got boogers hanging out your nose, we're still gonna think you're gorgeous because of the glow.
When David gets paid tomorrow, I'm going to get my hair done. Don't know,
Uh-oh.
blonde or black or dark.
I
I
want
think
to
I
go
like you
to
guys'
Scotland and go
things.
get my hair done with you. Beautiful
Anyway,
boogers.
sexy.
Okay.
Oh wait, so
All
her
right.
her accent is Scottish. That's fascinating. I have so much Scottish in my blood. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I heard it and I was like, that sounds so familiar.
Well, that's so
Was
cool.
that ancestral memories coming on there, Jolie?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it might have been. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. All right, Spicy, your turn. You're in the hot seat now. Spicy Ginger, you fine motherfucker. Oh, I'm dropping shit on the floor that I didn't even know was in my lap. Hi, Spicy.
Turn that off.
Oops.
To the store right now.
Oh,
On
shoot.
Bluetooth. I'm not actually looking at the screen or anything, but I did look over I pulled over just to unmute, so.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if you want, we can wait until you're stationary again. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
that would be great. I was waiting for a bit. I'm like, I think I'm going to head to the store, grab a couple things and come back. It's a couple minutes.
But
so
you
maybe
took us with
I'll be
you?
right back.
You took us with you on the...
On my little road trip, yes. I am a professional driver. You know that. I Bluetooth and I don't even look at the screen. I had
Yeah, but
to.
I didn't even...
heard my name, so I pulled over and I'm like, oh, unmute.
That's cool. Yeah, Jolene wants to know what you're buying.
I'm just going down. I have some munchies. So yeah, I'm going to go get smokes. I'm going to get munchies, and actually, I don't even know if I'm going to get munchies. I'm just hungry, and dinner went past, and I didn't realize that I keep fasting myself here. I'm like, oh yeah, my body's hungry.
I've been hungry for hours, and I still haven't eaten anything substantial. It's sad, really, honestly. All right, well, get back to it when you get to where you can unmute and answer safely or whatever.
Okay,
Then
I
I'll
should be
throw
back
one
in
out.
a few. Okay,
Cool. All right, appreciate you, babe. Be safe. All right, Jolene. No, Jolene, do you think I should scroll through and just pick random?
Oh, let's see what you got.
Oh, okay. What do you believe about yourself? Sorry, let me mute her up because she's driving. So damn, there it goes. Okay. All right. What does that sound, Jolene?
I don't know.
Extra speaker. That was weird. It was like another voice coming through for a second. You didn't hear that? Yeah, I can hear you. A little garbled though.
Huh. Weird.
There's a second voice coming through. Did you hear that too?
No, I wonder who it is.
Okay. What do you believe about yourself that you've never tested? You just always assumed it was true.
What do you believe about yourself that you've never tested? I can't really think of anything. I mean, I'm the chameleon of the zodiac. I be testing everything, including people's patience. So, I like to poke. Poke. What's that button do? And I've done a lot of shadow work, so I mean, something might come up. I can't tell you that it wouldn't because we're always evolving, we're always changing, we're always learning. And if I said I knew everything, then I'd be lying to myself and everybody. So that's a no bueno. Nope, we won't be doing
All
that.
right. Well, I got a different one then. Hey, pay attention to me. Get off the damn phone.
I didn't get on the phone. I
I'm
said
not.
I have to F you button, and he won't mind. That's okay. He's on his way home
That's
from
okay.
work.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's me that's coming back through. Do you have me on a speaker?
Probably me. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Whose voice do you hear when you're hardest on yourself? Is it even your own?
It is my own. I call her boss bitch. Now she's been trained pretty well. She's on a leash. Sometimes she likes to go after other people as well, and I'm like, yoink! Nope, we won't be doing that today. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? It is not necessary. You relax. Sit down. Hush. Mm-hmm.
I saw this whole image of like, BDSM, right? We're not discussing that right now, but like, you had the mask on and the leash and the little column. Hey, Quantum Dave, and the little leash wrapped around handcuffs.
Yeah,
And you're like,
that's what she looks like. She can be a beast. For real. Like, there have been times where it did come out and it was necessary. And people are like, that hurt. And I was like, it was supposed to. Don't come at me again. Now you sit down.
so I had one of those this morning. It was so funny. Somebody said some fucked up shit to me they shouldn't have said. And I wasn't ever going to be mean to him. That was my plan. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Be nice. Peace in the meadow. Not animosity. We put animosity in the past. Okay? We're peace in the meadow. Let's live by that name. We're not going to be mean. But the motherfucker wouldn't quit. He just wouldn't quit poking this bear. And I growled. And when I growled real loud. How about Michael? Welcome back. And I said some mean ass shit to him. And I was like, oh, that's the shadow side of that Leo rising right there. Oh, will you ever piss off a Leo, man? Or hurt their feelings? Or say something fucking just throw it off and fucked up to them? And they're just like, you're immediately irritated and they turn on your ass. What we do, and I say we because it's my rising sign, a trait of a Leo's shadow side is they like to hit below the belt. They will find the thing that you feel, yup, so you know. They will find the thing that is going to cut you the deepest or is the most obvious pain or suffering that you have or the thing that they think is going to twist the knife the hardest. And that's what they're going to fucking go after every time. And that's exactly what I did to this motherfucker because he said the wrong goddamn thing to me.
Have you ever heard of the draconian chart and comparing it to like your current chart? I believe in my draconian chart, it's only shifted by a couple of degrees to where I'm at right now. And I believe Leo is in there. So I'd be pulling from that draconian chart sometimes. Like, yeah, okay, well, you say you wanted to dance and boom, right below the belt.
I'm sorry, did that hurt? Would you like a Band-Aid? Sorry,
That
that was
would,
fresh.
that would be like my Virgo moon and like my Cancer rising, like trying to do the caretaking. Like, no, now that I bit you, let me give you a Band-Aid. Are we gonna do that again? No? Oh, good. Wonderful. Now we can move forward.
Right? Maybe you should chill the fuck out. Hey, Quantum. Sorry, I didn't mean to, I was trying to negate somebody, but I'm glad you're here if you want to stay up. Would you like to answer one of my questions?
Sure.
Tonight's topic is it's episode 16 of our alignment series that we've been doing for the last few weeks. And so tonight's topic is authentic identity. And what we're doing is I'm asking questions about authenticity in you, specific stories from your life or specific things in your life that you can say, oh, thank you, that you can say, yes, hey, Pumpkinhead, I'm 100% sure that this is my authentic self, or wait a minute, this might actually be something that's programmed, and maybe I programmed it. Thank you for the hard-on, sister. I love it. My sisters give me hard-ons. How you doing? You want to come up and play too? Come on, Manda. All right, Quantum Dave. Would you like me to pick you a question?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Oh, here's a good one. What have people told you about yourself so many times that you started believing it, even if it never felt true?
Gosh. That I'm a protector.
People have been telling you that your whole life since you were little?
No, well, not. I didn't hear that until I was
What did?
older. But
Okay.
one thing gosh, okay. I mean, I've gotten over it, and so but I play it back in my head multiple times, because I've come to the end of it, and I would say that I've let it go. But the one thing that stuck with me as a kid, and it practically, to be honest with you, it practically destroyed my life, is what my mother said to me. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's my phone or not.
No, it's me. I mute
Oh,
because here I have my air conditioner on, and if there's more than one mic muted, it tends to affect the sound quality, and I like to
okay.
hear.
Oh, no
And I know
worries.
that, and I take my lives completely and totally unedited, and post the entire thing on my YouTube to have it forever,
Okay.
as not just a nostalgic thing, but also for other people to learn from,
Okay.
because that's what we do here. It's always class, even when
Definitely.
there's really not anything that's classy, because
Right.
I'm not exactly classy.
I understand that. Absolutely.
Gin and tonic. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Um, so you want me to share exactly what my mother said to me?
That's up to you.
Uh, when I was about 7 years old, she told me that I was nothing but a disappointment, and that she wishes I was never born, and that I make her sick. And I carried that to my adult life, and it played over and over in my head so many times that I said to myself, it must be true. And then from there, I made several attempts on my own life. But I got to the point where I stopped believing it. I stopped accepting it. And I just kind of went from there.
I almost cried because I was actually telling this story to Shazam right before I went live. My brother passed in a car accident when he was 18, I was 19. And I was adopted. My entire life, I heard from both my blood and my adopted families that they didn't have to love me because I was adopted. And my brother and I, just like any Sagittarius and Aries sibling duo that are a year and 9 months apart would do, we fought constantly, but don't fucking touch one of us, because then you're getting both of us, because that was my PIC. I can beat his ass, but you can't. Okay? You know what I mean? That's how siblings are, right? One of the things that I would say to him was, I wish you would unalive. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning when the cops were knocking on the door to let us know that my brother had passed in the neighboring state in a car accident. And I was living with my mom and dad at the time, and had a 10-month-old, my oldest daughter, who's 28 now. But my grandparents also lived in the same town. So the next thing I know, after getting woke up out of bed, is we're all in the living room just sitting in silence, all stunned. I don't know how much time passed before somebody said something, and the very first thing they said was, my mom looked me dead in the eyes and said, "And you always wished he was dead. This is your fault." And just 2 years prior, my dad had gotten multiple sclerosis, and his mom accused me of being the reason that he had that. And I already had self-worth shit going on because of my fucking Chiron and nodes and all that shit, because I was given up for adoption. I was kept by my mom for a few weeks, then I was given away to my granny and papa, then they got into comas from a near-fatal motorcycle accident, so my aunts took me, and they gave my big brother to his dad up in New Jersey. And then they were like, okay, well, what are we going to do with this one? Because we don't want it. They tried to destiny swap me a whole bunch of shit. So at 3.5 months old, I suddenly had a new name and a new family. And in the new family, my adopted father was awesome. He was an amazing dad. But my adopted mother despised me. And then when my brother was born, it was worse. But my brother and I would protect each other from her psychotic rage. So, but for many years, I carried that same burden. I thought that my brother's death was my fault. I thought that my dad's MS was my fault because I had been told that so much, and I knew that I had abilities. And so I thought that for many years, I thought that that was my ability. One of my abilities was the spoken word. So I would be very, very, very careful about what I would say.
Right.
I never wished anybody dead ever again, and shit like that. And I was in like mid 40s before I finally started to not believe that. How long did it take you to stop believing it?
A while. I mean, it was just because I had so many experiences based on what she said because I believed it, I accepted it, I embodied it, and I couldn't understand why these things were happening. And so I mean I guess right now I'm 40. I believe I'm 48 because I lose track of it because I don't like to claim it, but I believe I'm either 47 or 48, one of them. But
What
like I
year
said,
were you born?
1978.
Yeah, then you're 70. You're a year older than me. I
Oh,
was
okay.
79. Yeah, so you'd be, I don't know what month, but you're either
July,
47 or about to be, or just turned
July
48.
47. And so what every now and then, well, yeah, every now and then I'll play it over and over in my head purposely because I want to see how I react to it. And so when I do that, for the most part, I'm good. I play it and I just kind of laugh. But what I did was because of my intense study and research and going within so many times, whenever I play it in my head, now I see myself saying it to myself, which really allows me to disconnect from it. Be like, well, that's really not true. And it's like, and to let go of it and move on. And so I'm just, honestly, I'm doing the best that I can to live a better life and have experiences because there are certain things to this day that I've never experienced in my life that most people experience, and it's a normal, natural thing to them. And I've never had those experiences, and I feel like it just sucks to be at this age and never have had those type of experiences. I won't go into detail, but it sucks to not
I already
have
know what they
experience.
are. I already know what they are. I heard it, and I have the same ones. And Michael, hold on just a second. Jolene has a question about when you got to the association with Protector. And before you answer, I want to just throw this out there. I'm going to go ahead and bring Michael up, but one mic at a time because of the sound quality. That's why I mute whenever somebody's talking, and that's why I
Okay.
do all the. Okay, so
Okay.
go ahead and answer the question. I'm going to bring Michael up, and just Michael, if you'll hit that mute button when you come up, and then
The
after he's done talking,
protector
then we'll
part.
greet you. hmm
The protector part. Probably in my early 30s, I would hear it.
Can I just clarify a little bit? Because I am trying to understand. Is it more so you felt as though you had a larger role than what you were equipped for because you were a child? So you were put in a role where you had more responsibility because of that protector, and therefore missed out on a lot of opportunities to do what normal children would do?
Yeah, like my childhood was ripped from me.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. I was the oldest with my mom, and she had a gambling problem. She would make us go out and collect cans and use that funding for gambling. A lot of times I would have to figure out how to feed my siblings and take care of the house. So I kind of get that. But like from the protector perspective, like being a man, were you ever put in positions where you had to physically be protective where it would cause problems for you in that way?
No, I've never. What I guess what I did as I got older, I put on myself what I would call repellent, and I carried myself with this energy so that people would leave me alone. And it wasn't a matter of pretending to be some tough guy. I engulfed myself in this kind of energy where just please, just leave me alone. Don't bother me. Because I carried myself in that manner. And the way I did it was because I kept to myself, because I mind my own business and I didn't bother other people. That reflected back onto me. So people left me alone, which explains why I didn't have certain experiences, because I kept to myself. I would mind my business.
Wouldn't be unseen, even if I was like, hey Brie, even if I made myself fat and ugly and wore plain clothes and didn't wear makeup and didn't do my hair and tried to keep my head down, I still couldn't go unseen. I still couldn't go unnoticed. And even when I was 350 pounds, I still couldn't go unnoticed. And people still was like made a beeline to bully me. And I just never understand that. Like, okay, that's part of the reason why I want to change the fucking world so bad, because I don't want any other people to experience the fucking hurts that we have. We've been through fucking shit. All of us have. Like bad, like traumatized. Most could not survive half of what we've lived and come out on the other side and be compassionate, because what's the rule? What has everybody been programmed to believe? That misery loves company. So hurt people and healing people help people, right?
Yeah.
How come some of us turn into people that hurt consciously, choose to, and some of us choose to be the ones that heal and help?
Yeah.
Nobody has to answer it. It's just a question. But
I think that it's because we live in a world of duality. And as much as it's hard to accept and embrace, those people who hurt people are actually the ones that inspire those that heal people. So, I mean, it's hard to accept, but that's something that I've come to the conclusion with. If you go back as far as you can into the history of humanity since we have been recording it, it's always been like this in one way or another. And that's hard to accept, because it's like you don't want that to be the case. You don't want that to be the truth. But I'll tell you right now, the things that I have been through have made me who I am. For sure. Like, I would like to say,
Yeah,
I
but-
don't want...
I have a theory though. Everybody mute. Sorry. Yeah, Jen, Quantum, can you mute? I have a theory though. I have memories of the rest of the cosmos, other dimensions, other realms, other planes of existence of humans on other planets just like Earth. And this is the only fucking planet that I can find anywhere in my memories or anywhere in my sight at all that people do that. You know, you can have a catalyst for change from something else. It doesn't have to be somebody bullying you or abusing you or telling you that you're not worthy of love. You know, I'm about to say something that I shouldn't say, but I'm gonna, because I want to, and it needs to be said. One of the things that I figured out about myself that brought me to my fucking knees, my lack of human affection. I'm starved for it. My body's, my spirit, my everything. Michael, I've preached acceptance, but hang on. The whole thing, and what it does, it makes me make terrible decisions all the fucking time for the fucking chance at somebody holding me for a second. And that, knowing that, you know, being in self-awareness to the point that you're in the same boat. That's why I stopped you earlier, because I didn't want you to have to say it. Because I heard that. That you had the same problem I do. And my intuition will say, that's probably a bad person. They're going to hurt you. But for the fucking chance at just being touched enough to be hurt or whatever, it doesn't matter. You knew that long ago in you Meadow. You knew what? That I was starving for human affection. I've never not said it out loud. Yes, ma'am, Jenny Jen. Jenny. Hi,
Well,
Jenny. Tonight's
I have
authentic
hi.
identity.
I have lots to
We're
say
talking.
on these subjects tonight. First of all,
Hey, check out my makeup. I did layers. Oh,
right?
it's all ruined now. Never mind. Doesn't look as good now.
So, yes, the human touch is very healing, and something that we don't do is we don't touch ourselves.
Oh, I do.
We don't take
I
the
touch myself a
opportunity.
lot.
We don't take the and I don't mean in a sexual masturbation
I
sort
was
of way.
totally unmuted for that. Oh, I touch myself a lot.
But I mean, just in the tub or in the shower alone, just lightly massaging your shoulder or your arm, making sure that your face is, like moving. That's all it takes. We don't give to ourselves. And when it comes to the human touch and healing, we need to give to ourselves also. And then, because we're talking about hurt people and all that. Okay.
We're talking about authentic identity. But yes, all of that goes into it. But go ahead.
Well, it started in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve blaming Adam and Eve blaming the serpent for them eating the fruit because they didn't want to be accountable for what they did. Bottom line. And then eventually the serpent, evolves into the devil or whatever. The devil didn't make you do it, man. You chose to do it. Whatever it was, you chose to do it. That was your choice. Nobody made you do anything. And nobody can make you do anything. And nobody can make you feel anything but yourself. You're the only person in charge of your emotions. And I know not everybody believes that. But it really is the real truth of the matter. Nobody else tells us what to do, how to act, how to dress. They might try, but we don't allow them to get away with it. So why would we allow other people to be in control of our emotions? I don't know, but we sure do, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. Because words only have the power we allow them to have. And, most of the time, if words and actions don't go together, then they're just lip service. They're not following through. Their word means nothing because they're just lip service. They just talk a good game, but they never do anything they say they're going to do. So when we step into being fully accountable for every choice and decision we've ever made in our life, knowing that our life has been our choices and decisions. Now, granted, there are times that it's not our choice or decision. It's somebody else made that choice, especially when we were children. Somebody else made that choice for us. And I just know that even in the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life, that made you stronger. And there was something that you were to learn from that. Something very deep that you were to learn from that. And unfortunately, it was the only way it could be learned by such atrocities or whatever. But even the bad stuff that happens to us, it's there to make us the person that we're supposed to be. And it just because you've suffered a lot in your life doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong. I mean, my biggest asset, it can also be my downfall, which is my great big heart and my ability to love unconditionally. And I've always loved unconditionally my whole life. Not everybody has that ability. And it also gets me in trouble because love is forever. Love doesn't go away. It doesn't stop. It doesn't lessen. It's just forever, and it's always there. So no matter how bad or how good somebody treats you, you're always going to love them. And so sometimes it makes it hard for us to do what we need to do, whether that's, cut it off with them, go rock, gray rock, not talk to them, whatever. But people really need to get a grasp on their emotions and the fact that they're in charge of their emotions and nobody else is. Because once you step into that and you understand that, because you understand who you are and what you're about and what your morals and your values are and what you will not compromise about yourself. These are the things that help us step into our power of ourselves, knowing thyself. That's what it's all about.
Add to that as well, like the whole, what we were talking about earlier, as far as like the darkness. Why do people stay in it rather than come out of it? Well, because a lot of times people let that define them. And a lot of times they're looking at it like, well, other people made me this way. And they throw that out and they throw that blame like it's all externally focused rather than internally focused. And what John and Tonic was saying is like super true. It's like if you are internally focused and you can understand who you are and how you present yourself to the world, then that makes the world of difference. At that point, you are taking responsibility for your own demons, for your own darkness. And like I said in the comments, is like as deep and dark as I can go is as bright as I can shine. At the end of the day, that's the truth for anybody, but you have to choose it. And that's the beautiful thing about it is like we have free will. If we choose to use it in a way where we are not allowing it to benefit ourselves to the best of our ability, well, then I guess we're going wrong. And I try not to really take personally anything that anybody says to me, because if I do, then that's something within me. Like, why am I taking that personally? What do I need to heal within me to not take that personally? That's one of the things that I have learned. Things that I have learned is to not take things personally and to understand that the people who have not risen past their darkness to understand the light within them and to shine as bright as they can, as much as deep and dark as their shadows go, is a them problem. And really they're doing their part, they're doing their job, because when they're exuding their darkness, it reminds the people who are living in their light to continue being exactly who they are and to continue making a difference exactly as they have been, to continue evolving, to continue growing.
Exactly. And I am no different. I used to blame the entire world. I blamed God. I blamed everything and everybody for the suffering and the pain that I went through and the suffering and the pain that I was carrying all those years. Most of you know my story. Not everybody does. Quick version is, after my brother died, my parents used my brother's life insurance policy to pay off the local government and stole my children from me. Claimed that I fed my children cocaine, which at the time of my life I hadn't even seen yet, and a simple drug test would have proven my innocence. And they said that my son is half Hispanic and he's half Apache in the state of Oklahoma. White people cannot adopt Indian babies without the tribe being involved, and the tribe would not have allowed it. And the paternity test was set for 2 days after the court, and they refused the paternity test. And then they used a Polaroid picture of my bedroom when I was 14 as evidence that I kept a dirty house, and I have OCD, so I did not keep a dirty house. And everybody that was in that court that day had been in my house at least once, so they knew that, even with toddlers and a full-time job. But the entire town still to this day thinks that I fed my children cocaine. They're 25 and 28 now. And for a long time, they even thought that, because that's what the documents say. Never did it. I tried it twice in my life a few years later, but I didn't like it. But that's neither here nor there. The level of accusations that I've seen in my lifetime that have not been true have made me wonder sometimes if all the other people that are accused of things, if they ever actually did it. Forerunner today. we are doing, hey, Purple Sky, we are doing episode 16 of the alignment series, and the topic is authentic identity. And I have some questions to help us determine what parts of ourselves are actually ours, or what we programmed or somebody else programmed into us. Response, rather, to something else, some kind of trauma or whatever in our lives. Would you like to answer one of my questions? Forerunner. Hi.
You got me darn seasick, Rock.
I can't help it. It's autism, man.
I thought I was on the ocean.
It's because I stem a lot more during my lives or when I'm at work than anywhere else because of the amount of energy that I take in from everybody. And when I'm on the internet, that's why I can only do TikTok for a couple hours at a time. Hey, Derek. When I'm on the internet, it's like extra because so many people on the internet, not just in this room, but fucking on TikTok right now, and I can feel every one of them. So I have to do that to physically work out the spiritual energy that's going through me.
That's good. Give me a Valium.
Being stuck. Give you a Valium. You want me to turn my camera off? I can.
What's OCD? I forgot.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else is going great, Derek. Everybody else that comes into my lives, they're pretty used to the stemming. So, and I am sorry. I'm sure that's probably why people don't watch the replays, but that's okay. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for me. Yeah. Go ahead, Forerunner. Would you like to hear one of my questions?
Yeah. You have a question?
I have questions. Yes.
Oh, too bad.
Oh, why? I'm not allowed to ask questions today?
Sure.
Okay, I was going to say, because you know me better than that. You know that's all I do is ask questions. All right, so... here's a good one. What did I get in trouble for as a kid I don't actually think was wrong?
I don't know. What did you do as a kid that you didn't think was wrong? Yeah, maybe I should just listen for a while.
You want me to ask a different one? Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know, just all worldly shit,
Worldly shit? Oh, because...
Well, stuff you're doing some curiosity stuff, huh?
No, it's tonight's topic is authentic identity, and the thing about
authentic identity. Okay, oh, good.
Yes. And the thing about it is that I teach from my own personal experience and from my research, and in my personal experience recently, there's been some transits in my chart that have caused me to start questioning my identity and start breaking down any remaining things that may have been programmed. So that I am actually 100% my authentic self, even though I always feel like I'm my authentic self. But I've realized very recently, when just seeing some little tiny things in awarenesses, that, oh shit, that might actually be programmed. That response or that movement might actually be this instead of that, and so in doing this, I'm sharing with everybody else, and we're all sharing our experiences based on whatever comes to us in that moment, and it's triggering other people to realize, oh shit, well, I just thought of something in my life that pertains to that. Now I realize that it was a programmed thought or response.
Yeah. Oh, like common traumas and things. Huh.
Sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's not. I can give you an example of a not trauma one. My father, the great man that he was a cowboy, he was a doer, he was brilliant, he was a genius, so creative. He liked to talk to me in riddles, and I am very literal. Very literal. I want someone to answer that question. Hello, it's a good one. I will, but I'm afraid I would. There's some things that I did as a child that I didn't think was wrong that I look back on now and think are wrong. So that's where I'm going to answer it from, just so you guys understand. But let me finish this. So hang on, Jolene. She's so pushy. I love it. Okay, what was I saying? So my dad used to always tell me when I was doing something and I couldn't figure it out, sis, you need a second pair of eyes. You're too close to the project. I was 44 years old when I finally dawned on me what the fuck he actually meant. I took it literal. I always went and got somebody else. Hey, I'm too close to this. I'm getting frustrated by it. I need a hand. Come help me. That's it. I need a second pair of eyes. Okay. When I was 44, I dropped my phone. Yeah, my phone in my car. I'm tearing my car apart. Can't fucking find it anywhere. Get up, go. I'm about to go inside the house and go have a cigarette and calm down. I hear my dad say that in my head. Sis, you're too close to the project. You need a second pair of eyes. For the first time in my life, it dawned on me what he meant. Look at it from a different perspective. So I went and opened the passenger door. The phone had literally been this far away from my hand the entire time. It slid right, just right there where it was hidden from my view, but not from my reach. And I didn't know it was there until I went to the other side of the car and saw it from a different perspective. And then I saw the hangman card in my head, and I was like, that's what the fuck he meant this whole time? Ah, some genius you are, Meadow. Should have got that one a long time ago. You know, so that's a programming that I had in my head because I had it wrong. And I was going and getting somebody else. Every time I get frustrated by something, I'd go get some help instead of taking a step back and looking at it from a different perspective like I should have, because that's what he was genuinely trying to teach me that whole time. So, mine too.
Yeah. I'm glad you learned that.
Like 40 years to learn.
I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. Yeah, someone was talking about a little trauma before, and trauma. Once you get vibrating down in there, you just can't escape it. You know what I mean? It just you're down. When you're in despair, there's no way out. I mean, it's almost an impossibility to crawl out of that mess because you're vibrating at such a low level that the only inputs that are coming in are those types of vibrations. You know what I mean? And it's difficult. We all have to go through rabbit holes, and we all have to look at, I call it all painful introspection. It's looking at oneself and actually looking at your private thoughts, because that's truly what you are, not what your bullshit you're throwing, but the stuff that's growing inside you. It's like a guy going to play golf on Saturday morning, and he says to his wife, I'm going out and play 9 holes. And she says, okay, honey, have a nice day. Inside, she's saying, that son of a bitch don't spend no time with me. And that's really who you are. It's not the hi, honey. It's that's why it's so difficult in relationships for people to get along, because we don't express our inner feelings, because many times they're, what we feel about things, seem to be, oh man, you made me a big guy. Love
That's
is the
because you're
glue.
prettier than me.
Love is the glue. I am pretty good. I'm purty for an old fart. It's our private thoughts is what we are. And that's what we don't examine many times, because we're thinking all the damn time. That's what things like meditation is great about. It's still in that mind, so that as you still it, and if you can quiet it, then you can also start to control it and think about what you think about privately, because that's truly what you are. That's what introspection is. That's what painful introspection is, because most of us, all of us, I guess, are sort of self-righteous, opinionated. It's always someone else's fault, especially if it's not our fault. No matter what it is, you hear it every time. Well, it's always they. They did this to me. I'm trying to find out who the fuck they are for 20 years now. I ain't figured it out yet, but they're there. Well, my life would be better if they weren't after me. We live in this world, and your world is the only thing you have. And the only thing I have is my world, and they're completely different. But they're the same. The oneness of us is our feelings. And what I mean by that is when I feel anger, that's the exact same thing you feel. When I feel hate or love, it's the same exact inner feelings that you feel. That's what oneness is. It's not, oh, I love everybody, you're my brother and all this bullshit, because inside you don't. And, we're that soul is sort of almost like made up of emotions and feelings, rather than the worldly things that we think it is, sort of. What do I know? I'm not depressed, but someone was getting in that tree. Someone was talking about the tree of life. Was that here? Well, that was on here, wasn't it? They're talking about. Oh, it wasn't.
Not today. It wasn't. Hey, Peter's back. I got something. Jolene wants this question asked because she said it's a good question, answered rather, and you're gonna trip on it, Jolene, because I've said this. You know the story. I've told the story a bazillion times. The thing that I did. Damn. That where's that? Where's the question? I gotta say it right. Damn, where's that? Oh, what did I get in trouble for as a kid that I don't actually think was wrong? And I'm going to tell you this, I still don't think this was wrong because I feel like I saved lives. My psychic perceptions, I was closer to 10 when I finally stopped talking about them. But I would walk up to a stranger in the grocery store and say, "Excuse me, sir, you shouldn't take your regular route home from work tomorrow. Something bad's going to happen." And whether or not he took said route home, something bad would always happen because I was never wrong about these things. And I'm wrong about my own decisions in life lots of times, but I'm never wrong about my psychic impressions. And I was just a toddler, fucking looking like Children of the Damned and shit, right? Like fucking white blonde hair, bright blue eyes, really pale skin. "Excuse me, sir. You shouldn't take your..." I would be fucking terrified of me too if I was them. And what they did was they called me devil, child, demon, girl, and witch. And took me a long time to figure out why it was wrong for me to experience things and speak on those things because those things were going to happen. And I knew it because I'd seen it happen consistently. Every time I got a psychic perception, it came out true every fucking time. So I knew I was right, but I would get scorned for it. I would get bullied for it. I got kicked out of jobs, kicked out of relationships, kicked out of houses, kicked out of Girl Scouts, kicked out of 3 different churches before the age of 12, and asked to never come back. Like that kind of stuff. Hey, Aradia, like I literally got kicked out of society, of the town. 2 of them, and I'm currently living in one of those 2. And they still hate me for that.
Yeah, so like how we were been talking about like getting in touch with our shadows. And I think that when you go through a lot and it's very difficult to get through, really anything past that is we are programmed, right? This is what this live is about. We're programmed to read those patterns. And I did that from a very young age as well. I can actually relate to some of the stories that you're giving me. I wasn't psychic. I was just reading the patterns. Like, been there, done that. I know that I'm a child and I shouldn't have been there and done that based on, needing to be a child, but I was. And, one of the stories that I have regarding being told that I shouldn't do it, and did anyway, even though it was right, was there was a girl in my 7th grade class that was messing with a man much, much, much older. And we had this thing where we were writing letters back and forth to each other. It was kind of like a Regina, click girl type thing where it was, well, you have to write a page a day and you have to write really little. It was ridiculous. Just 7th grade girl, type of stuff. And she was writing letters and couldn't think of anything to necessarily talk about. And she went into the experiences that she was having with this older man. And it bothered me so bad because I knew better, right? Like I had seen it happen before. So I wrote my letter the very next day in response to her, and I let her have it. Like I told her the truth. I was like, you're 13 years old. You're going to keep messing with this man. You're going to end up getting pregnant. You're going to ruin your life. You're going to have to drop out of school. You're not going to have a future. And the next thing I know, the very next day after I delivered that note at school, her mom comes knocking on my door. And she is upset. Like she is devastated. She's distraught. She's taking it out on my father, who then took it out on me and said, you shouldn't be writing those types of things. And I'm like, why not? It's true. So, one of the things that I have had to learn is that my ability to read patterns and my ability to tell the truth can literally, like you said, save lives. Save, even the goodness of their life, the richness of their life. It can change their path. They might think about it from a new perspective, right? Like we need those new perspectives to think about it from a different angle. And if you hold back, what are you doing? Like what service are you providing? If you can read those patterns and you can put it in front of them, what they do with it is on them, not you. But you have to be.
Do you remember the movie The Boondock Saints?
Vaguely.
There's the very beginning of the movie. They're walking out. The two brothers are walking out of the Catholic Church and hearing the priest preaching in the background, saying something about the evil of indifferent men. So you did the right thing. If you had not, that would have put you in that category, the evil of indifferent men. That's something that stuck with me my entire life, and it's been a part of what I am trying to change in the world. Because I've been the victim so many times. I've seen it 1,000 times, but I'm the motherfucker that will run and jump, and I don't care if I'm half your size and I'm going up against a gorilla or a wall of a person and they're going to pummel me, and I know that, I'm still going to stand up for what's right. No lying, no cheating, no stealing, no beating, no abusing, no, don't do that. Quit being shitty to each other.
Yeah, well, the reason why I said that, once you I got in trouble. Like I was grounded. I was told that, you shouldn't be speaking in that manner, blah, 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 blah. And then later my dad was like, well, I mean, you did the right thing, but you probably shouldn't have documented because, that's proof. So if you're going to, and I was like, that's wrong too. Like why can't I put it in a letter? Because it doesn't matter if it's written or if I speak it, it's still true. But the fact of the matter is like, because they were not receptive to it. And that's the thing as well, is like, sometimes people are just not receptive. That's not on you. You spoke your truth, you spoke it into existence rather than burying it. And she did end up getting pregnant, and it caused her a lot of physical ailments. And I remember going in, to a therapy appointment for myself. I was a pretty troubled teen. And seeing her there with her big round belly, and her mom looked at me and she said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you.
My daughter ran away from home when she found out she was pregnant because dude that we found out later, we had been told that he was 17, and apparently he was telling his parents that she was 17. She was 14 and he was 25. And she got pregnant. She ran away from home, went missing all over the state of Oklahoma. Nobody knew where she was at. There was all kind of craziness going on. And when she came back, she came to stay with me for a couple of days. The only 2 days in her entire life that she'd stay with me, just being her. And I had already known she was pregnant because it's one of the things that I can sense. But I didn't know that what was really going on. That I went to her room one day. It was right like a week before she turned 15. And we found out that she was pregnant. Because that week was the week she ran away from home. And this is why. Because I saw all her drawings all over her room up on the walls. And she had a box of notebooks full of basically the same stuff. Her, in cartoon form, because we're both cartoonists, in scantily clad positions, and then a green truck. No drawings whatsoever of the person that drove the green truck, but a shit ton of drawings of the green truck. And see, my parents' house is a giant. It's got 6 staircases and an elevator in it. One of those staircases is outside. My dad had multiple sclerosis, my mom diabetes, and it broke both her ankles. Neither one of them were climbing those stairs for God knows how long. And so this guy was going up the back stairs from outside and straight into the house with my kids. And of course, my daughter was letting it happen. And that was not the boyfriend, because the green truck guy sold her to the boyfriend that ended up being my oldest grandkids' dad. But because she was so young and all of that, it messed her cervix up and everything. So she has had more miscarriages than she has children. Me too. But she, when I got her to tell me what was going on, because I knew it immediately when I saw the drawings. I knew immediately what was happening. I'd seen that kind of thing before. I'd experienced stuff like that before. So I knew as soon as I saw him. And I was trying to talk to her without involving my psychotic mother. And somehow or another, she just happened to come upstairs into the kitchen for the first time in months and hear us talking about that. And of course, it became very irate. And that's why my daughter ended up running away from home for a week. And that baby did end up passing. That was the first the first one. He didn't pass until a month before he was due. That was a long night in the hospital. And it was ugly. But don't wish that on anybody. But I am a big fan of, if you see something, say something. Even if you know somebody's going to run away from home. Even if you know somebody's going to get pregnant. Even if you know somebody might get hurt if you tell. They could get a lot fucking more hurt if you don't. Don't be the evil of indifferent men. Don't live in there. If you see something, say something. Now, if it is your insecurity telling you, oh, that might be a drug deal when they could just actually be shaking hands, maybe don't say that one. But if it's something where you're pretty fucking sure, like you're getting a letter from a friend telling you about it, or you're seeing a child that's drawing it out, those are pretty telltale signs that that's really happening. And that's when you got to step up and say something. And it is important, because we cannot totally heal ourselves in the trauma. And unfortunately, even if we individually are outside of our direct traumas, this world that we're all connected to is continually traumatizing each other. We have got to change the world. We've got to. We've got to teach people that they can heal themselves and they don't have to be hurting people anymore. That they don't have to do that to somebody else because it was done to them. They don't have to. And that's what I mean by authentic identity, because I know that the universe, the cosmos, is love energy. Other than that one little fucked up project, and I'm not going to get into that. For those of you that do have star memories, I'm not going to discuss it right now because it's one of those things. But that's what essentially made the Dracos go bad. But long story short, it's love energy. This is the only place that does shit like that to each other. Violating and selling, and who the fuck? Why would you sell yourself? Why would you sell each other? What the fuck? I'm just so easy. It is so fucking easy to stop being that way. It is so fucking easy. It's okay, Spirit Moon. Hey, David! It's super, super easy just to stop being a shitty person and stop hurting other people. In fact, hey, Eddie-O, if you are a hurt person that's hurting people and you don't see the value in becoming a healing person that's helping people, and you don't want to, you're doing it by choice, I guess that's why we need a Dexter in this world right now. All right, moving on. Who's next? Quantum, we're back to you. You ready for another question? I'll try to pick a nicer one this time.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry I get on my soapbox, but that's the whole reason I do all this shit, because I want to change the world. Choosing to heal people no matter my hurt. There you go, David. That's my bro right there. Quantum Dave. The quantum field is amazeballs. When have I felt most like myself and what was actually happening in that moment? Okay. When have you felt most like yourself and what was actually happening in that moment?
Uh, I guess I would say I was playing video games. I finally got to do something that I actually wanted to do instead of something that somebody else wanted to do. And I felt like a kid because that's what I am. Because my childhood was snatched away from me, even though I held on to it for dear life, and I still hold on to it.
Can I follow that up with a personal one?
Sure.
What was your very favorite thing to do in the moments of your childhood? Like your very, very favorite thing in the world?
I want to say create, because my mother's boyfriend broke my toys and I created more. So I learned how to create my own stuff, and I had more fun with my own created toys than the ones that were bought for me. So he broke them, then I created more, then he broke those, and then I would just create more.
That's both showing it to them, sticking it to the system in a positive way, also giving you a creative outlet and a place for your distrust and your rage to be fed through and released. People don't realize how important creativity is. You don't have to be an artist, and you don't have to be a writer. You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be able to play music. You could create all kinds of shit. You could create new ways to exist in the world. You could create new makeup faces. You could create new hairstyles. You could create new furniture, new toys. You could create yourself new. Creation is it's what we're here to do. To create and experience the joy that we get from that creation. Thank you, Quantum Dave, man. That's the best answer I've heard in a long time.
Thank you.
Junk art's fun. Dude, Dad would never let me use the welder though. Because I was a girl. I couldn't go in the shop and use the welder. I could use saws, I could use the guns, I could drive everything. But I couldn't use the fucking welder because I would burn my hands in. Well, guess what, Daddy? It happened anyway. So burn my eyes out. It wasn't that welder that did it though. It was because painting very small objects up close. Creation, man. My dad used to create some cool ass shit, man. We'd get on a property and he'd be like, if we pull them bushes up over there and we pull them bushes up over there and we trim them trees down right there, we can build a badass tree house with a zip line up in there right there, you see? And I'd be standing there next to him going, yes, Dad, I see your vision 100%. Whatever it is you're designing right now, I'm 100% with it. I was lucky to have that kind of a parent because the other one she was an artist too, but she was not a nice person. Still isn't. They have whole houses made and decorated by junk. Yes. Dude, have you seen the fucking houses? My best friend Chris is in West Texas making one right now. Where they're taking the bottles and then like mud, not really mud, but like concrete, but like not. I don't really know what the material is, but it ends up hardening like concrete and it's fire resistant and flood resistant. So it keeps the water out too if you have it sealed all the way through. And I'm just like, fuck right, dude. You don't need nearly as much air conditioning or heating. Then like an air conditioned one unit should keep the whole place cold. One heater should keep the whole place warm because it's so well insulated, this material, man. I can't remember what it was fucking called. I wish I'd written it down somewhere. That is my biggest fucking problem. I don't write the shit down when I have the second, when I hear it, and then I immediately forget it because, you know, traumatized brains forget things. Blessings to all. Just want to say you're all awesome and kind. Well, thank you. So are you, Ashley. I'm the encourager. Hell yes, and we need more of you. When I first started my TikTok journey, my guides did not let me sleep for 11 days. I hate social media. Absolutely hate it. And they kept saying, you need to get on TikTok. You need to get on TikTok. I don't want to get on TikTok. I don't even watch TikTok videos. I don't want to fucking get on TikTok. Well, we need you to get on TikTok, and you're going to get on TikTok because you're going to find people that are going to teach you things and that you're going to teach things. Well, I'm an Aries. You don't tell me what to motherfucking do, bitches. And so guess what? They said, yes, we will. And they just kept making noise and fucking poking me and all that shit for fucking 11 days. I could not sleep. I was dragging ass at work. I was about to go mad. And finally, okay, fine, I'll fucking download TikTok. And I'm so glad that they pissed me off and pushed me to do something I did not want to do, because I've learned a fuckload about myself, about you guys. I've made connections with some of the most amazing fucking people in the world. And they're all over the world. And I am so fucking grateful for the connections that I've made through this app. I've only been here barely over 2 years, and it has been the most impactful 2 years of my life. And it's given me a life purpose that I didn't even see a purpose in life before, because of the traumas that I went through, because of the programming in my head. I heard things like, the world would be better off without you. You should just go ahead and take yourself out. I don't know why you're still here. Why haven't you unalived yet? Shit like that. All my life, I was hardwired by the programming to be depressed and to hate myself and to hate this place and to hate everyone in it. And it took a lot of studying and going down rabbit holes and websites all by my little old lonesome, locked up in my room when I wasn't at work. Studying, trying to find out how the fuck I could free myself of all that shit, because I knew it wasn't mine. I knew it was programmed. I knew I didn't come up with those ideas. You know what I mean? Hardwired to self-destruct. You're right. In fact, I got a painting to show you. I don't show my paintings on my lives very often, but this one is exactly the material for this live. And I didn't even think about it until just now when she said that. So, all of my paintings, Blacklight Respawn, glow in the dark, glitter and shimmer. I have not put any glitter or shimmer on this one. I simplified it. But I'm going to have to move my, I'm going to take my phone off the stand for a sec, guys. Flippity round. Can I flip you around? Nope, not that way. Me. Flip me. There we go. Bye-bye. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. So this is, it's me and my shadows. Damn it. Okay. It's not going to work. There we go. All right, cool. So that's trapped, stuck, shit. Trapped, stuck, anxiety. Okay, that one's anxiety. That one's false accusations. Depression, I think it was. This one is self-destruction. Self-hate. That one is my anger and fury that I got from all of those things. There's my mother wound, good old, that's why she got a belt right there. Wait. That other one wasn't depression, was it? It was anxiety, sorry. That one was anxiety. This next one is uncertainty, homelessness, and lack. And then that guy right there is self-unaliving thoughts and hopelessness. And then when you turn the light off, ba-ding! And I'm just sitting there smiling right down there in the middles, right? With a little old smile, just chilling and glowing. And not even worried about these guys that all I can see is their eyes and their teeth now. But, that was me finding peace in them, because I realized that when I started studying my charts, hey, Edio, thanks, buddy. When I started... Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to... Hey, Placide. I didn't mean to screw my camera up there. So, when I started studying my charts, I realized that, for most of us anyhow, the wound that we come here and experience, the one that we carried the longest and the hardest, is exactly the same place that our biggest lesson and our biggest power is going to come from. The wounds that we've carried, that we felt like were such a burden that we needed to set down, that we're still carrying, even though we tried to set them down. We did all the work, we did all the things, we tried our best. We're still carrying them because they're not ours to set down. Now hear me out. The reason they're not ours to sit down is because we are supposed to take them and heal others once we find our healing in those wounds. Once we realize that it was a stepping stone to greatness, it was a superpower all along. It's not just about acceptance. What does it mean when every door is slammed in your face? That you're probably a projector like me. Have you done your human design? Human design for a projector, we have great knowledge, we have great experience, we usually have the right answers most of the time. But if we just offer it or tell it and it's not invited, it doesn't get heard. The door gets slammed in our face, even if we're right. So like if Jen was to say, God, man, I just spilled oil on the floor and I don't know what to do. And it'd say, I don't have enough towels to clean it up and all the mops are dirty. And I walked up and said, hey, Jen, you know what you should do? Get some salt, some sugar, or some kitty litter. Toss it on the grease. Walk away for 30 minutes. Come back, you sweep it up, mop it once you're done. No product waste. No extra scrubbing the floors. Boom. Because she didn't ask me my opinion. She didn't invite me to share my wisdom with her. She's going to balk. She's not going to hear it. She's going to be like, nah, fuck you. You're trying to tell me what to do. Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. That's why doors get slammed in our faces a lot, because some of us are projectors, about 20% of the population. Thanks, Valentine. Loving my sisters give me hard-ons. You have an ultimate question about yourself. All right, let's go. I want to hear it. Let's go.
Honestly, it's not about me being negative, but sometimes I ask this question, but my question has been to myself, what if I die this way? What if I never make it? What if I never experience the things that I know I experienced and I die this way and I never experience honestly having my own place, having my own car, having my own anything? What if I die this way?
I had that same question, and I decided I didn't want to die that way. So I chose not to be that way anymore. And I know that sounds too simple to be real. I had the exact same fucking thought when it was told to me. I looked in the mirror one day and I said, dude, why are you depressed for a bunch of people that have nothing to fucking do with you anymore? And their entire purpose in your life has been to destroy you. You're a fucking Aries, bitch. Put on your big girl panties and stand the fuck up and say, I'm not fucking going down like that. I'm not letting them bitches make me feel any kind of way about myself any fucking more. And I had to learn all of the different practices, and I tried all of them. And it took a long time. It took me 1.5 years to finally get rid of that thought that looped in my head. You're not good enough. You're too much. The world would be better off without you. 1.5 years. Now, does it come back up every now and again? Sure. When I get sad or something bad happens. But it's not looping anymore. It's not there like a monkey on my fucking shoulders anymore.
Can I jump in real quick? I don't fear passing away, and I think that the reason being, and this is how I solved it, right? Is one, we are eternal beings. This life is just one of many. So that to me personally is comforting, knowing that also that plus the only thing we have is the present moment. We can't change the past. We can change the future. But a big part of how I was able to resolve it is going back and dealing with a lot of my shadows and understanding that I wouldn't change it. There are so many things about my past that I did not recognize, even the good things. Like I pulled people off ledges. They're still alive because I was in this world. So I think that, for somebody asking that question, my advice, take it or leave it, would be to go back and give yourself credit where credit is due, because you've done more than you think you have. You've been more than you think you have been. And that is very important as well. That way you are able to find peace in the present moment, and in the present moment, look forward to the future, knowing that it is not guaranteed. But you are okay in the here and now, and you can move forward in peace, knowing that you can change the future. Like, ask yourself, what did you come here to do? what is it that you think that you need to accomplish that you haven't already, and then put your whole heart and soul into that. Like, find your passion and go for it. Like, that's why I'm going into the makeup right now, right? Like, I want to be able to express myself the way I want to be able to express myself, and I just, everything else be damn shit. Like, the one that I just posted is like, stay focused, do you, be you. And that's really all I've got to say about that.
Hello.
Hi, Smellatine. I've missed you so much.
Hey.
Sorry I've been missing you, dude. Our schedules. I'm all up
Yeah.
all night.
I came on earlier and then I had an unexpected visitor. My good friend Rose, who has known me since I was 9 years old, stopped by with some McDanks for me, apple pie, and we had a really good conversation. And so I had to go abruptly. So thank you for having me back on the panel. I appreciate you. And I'm just here to share and learn and be one with y'all. Divine oneness. Post-traumatic growth. Yes. Yes. It's like an old redwood tree. It just keeps growing no matter what you put it through. For millions of years, bro, thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's what we do.
I fucking love that post-traumatic what was that again?
Growth.
Post-traumatic what?
Growth.
That's right. I gotta write that down.
Post-traumatic growth. It's a thing in mental health.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's when you've accepted and acknowledged your trauma, not to forget it or anything. You've accepted it so you can work through it, right? In a productive, constructive way where you're actually able to address what was, what is, and what will be. And that first step is acceptance, right? You're on mute.
I can't type the way my phone and the stand are set up. There's no space for my hands, and I got fucking big fat fingers anyway.
Okay.
So I fucking suck ass on trying to comment. But Quantum Dave, I'll message you after the live, which I should have ended 30 minutes ago. But I'm gonna go ahead and let it. Huh?
I was gonna say it sounds like Dave might need the mic right now to do some venting or.
Yeah,
we're
for
here
sure.
If that's
But
what.
Dave, also, buddy, I was homeless the last 2 years, and traveling all over the country, lost everything, everything, and now I came here, even though I hate the sound, even though a lot of my traumatizers are here. That's why I hate it. You might not hate it though, but I hate it because of that. My mom just lives right up the street, and she will not talk to me and will not let me talk to my granddaughters, and it's okay, it's whatever. But I got a job,
You too.
and I got my own place, like immediately, and my cats are happy, and it's not the best place in the world, it's not the best town in the world, but I feel that as well. I'm always alone and never have anything, so I get you. I am with you, and you won't be alone anymore, man. You're not alone now. You're not alone anymore.
Quantum Dave, do you want to come up and just talk? I think
already
this is a safe place.
He's on the panel.
Yeah, I'm here. Just it stings because it's like
I know.
I've studied quantum physics heavily, and it's like having all this fucking knowledge in my head, but I can't do shit with it. It's like I fail. It's like God is targeting me. Honestly, to be honest with you, not to be negative, but this is what it feels like. It's like, fuck you, Dave. You're never going anywhere, so stop trying. That's what it feels like. It's like, stop trying. Fuck you. You're not going nowhere, so you might as well stop. That's what it feels like.
I completely understand that. I have felt like that my entire life.
I know quantum physics. I know things about business. I know that if I can get in front of the right people, they would probably kill to have a mind like mine. But yet, it's like no, you're not allowed to do that. And it's like every time. This is why most of the time I'm not happy, because even if I display a fraction of being happy, somehow it's snatched away from me. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be happy. So that's why most of the time I don't smile. It stings. It hurts. I'm tired of living like this. And it's
I
only
can help you.
I'm trying to see my self worth, and then my son is for the most part is the only reason why I'm trying to hang in there, because he has his mother, so he doesn't need me. So it's like I don't have anybody. Everybody's walked away. No family, no friends, fucking no one, nothing. And it's like I'm here just to watch everybody else make it, and I just sit here and just say, oh, and the tears don't roll down my face no more. It's numb, but it stings. But the tears won't come down my face no more. And I got to a point where I said, it's bad when demons won't even fuck with you.
Dave, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is this a good place? Do you feel safe here to vent, to like let it all out? Because I know you're sharing a lot of stuff. And my other question is, are you looking for solutions, or are you just looking for a place to vent right now?
I'm looking for everything. I've tried to do so much, and I'm still trying to do things now, and
I have a question as well. Who do you think is telling you those things? Whose voice is that keeps telling you that nothing that you have as far as knowledge is going to ever work out in your favor or to your benefit? Who is that?
I know it's me.
Why?
Because I'm so used to the pain that I probably unconsciously look for it. I'm so used to disappointment that I'm probably unconsciously expecting it, and so it keeps happening over and over again. And I'm in this, but I don't know how to get out of it. And
Can you think of a time that you've been in maybe not the same, but a similar situation where you've proved to yourself that what the voice in your head is saying isn't true?
Yeah,
That voice is lying to you?
multiple times.
Hmm.
It's like I get an opportunity, or what I think may be an opportunity, and it's like, nope, this is not for you. And it's like, oh, you thought you was gonna make it this time? Nope, not this time.
And we are all accountable. We are all accountable for our own healing. It happens within. That's our accountability for all of the things that we've gone through. That is our responsibility, and we can't put it on anyone else. But there's a lot of great people here, I know, that have been through same or similar experiences as you, Dave. So you're in a safe place. And there's a lot of people that can relate to you and their stories too. And that's basically the universal law of relativity. Like, even though like each person receives these series of challenges or problems for the purpose of strengthening the light within you. And it helps to put everything into proper perspective, where you can compare your problems to others' problems and say, you know what? My circumstances may seem really hard right now, but there's always someone having harder hardships. Not to say that your hardships aren't hard, but we can really put it in that way to understand it's all relative, because we're all relatives. You see how I bring that divine oneness in? You're never alone. We are all interconnected through divine oneness.
And
I can tell you something.
Why the reason why I brought up the voice, right? Like, I learned something a few years back on flipping the script. And why I said the experiences that you've had to prove to yourself that it's lying to you. Because I'm sure if you go back, you'll see that it tried to tell you you couldn't, and you did. So I think you need more experiences like that to show yourself that it is temporary. Like, I just got out of a situation where I was living in a mold-infested, collapsing trailer, and I had no water for 2 months. And it was hard. Like, it was so difficult. I struggled a little bit, but the voices that tried to keep, well, they don't really do much these days, because I've kind of taken care of them with that flip the script rule. Like, when you hear that voice, I think that it's imperative to notice it and flip the script. Basically, you become its boss, and you tell it that it's lying to you, because it is lying to you. I'm in a beautiful apartment now. I went from that situation to a gorgeous lush blue carpet and gorgeous furniture, and I'm comfortable and I'm safe. I can shower again. Like, it is possible. It is possible.
Can I read a poem that I wrote just last month?
I gotta go.
Okay, I love you, Forerunner. And then I'm closing after this. I'm getting tired. The energy's
Yeah,
getting
I
piled
hear
on.
you.
Love you, brother. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
I was going to say one thing before I go, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I love stories, reflections of ancient stories. Then that's what we're talking about. You know, when you have that introspection, you look at the past and learn the lessons of them. But the object is to get to live now in the present. Get rid of all that shit. It's the fucking past is gone. If you can't get through that your damn mind, that it's gone. It's gone. It's fucking gone. And you got to stop thinking about it. That's so many people keep laying in that fucking past. What you got to do, maybe, or what I try to do is live now. I'm 86, so I've been kicking a lot of fucking rabbit holes. By living now is freedom. And what I mean by living now, it's just like being a set of eyes and seeing what's before you. No judgment, no right, no wrong. It just is. It just is. And looking at it, not, oh, well, this is it. It's all bullshit. Just see what's before you and you live now. It's our judgment and our opinions and all this shit. Well, I think you ought to do this. But there is one thing. There is a divine source, and we can touch that. And when we touch that, it puts us on the road to light and understanding. So, that's what's going on. Anyway, I'm bugging out. Live now.
Love you, Sailor.
Live
Have a good
now.
one, sir.
Get rid of that bullshit. Live now. Just see what's before you and don't think about it. Just, it's like when you're watching a movie, you're not thinking if you're really watching it. Or, you know what I mean? You're absorbing what's going on. Live life that way. Absorb what's in front of you. Unjudgmentally. Unopinionated. Whatever it is, it is. Maybe you think it's right or it's wrong. It just is. It fucking is. It's what's before you in your world. Anyway, my world's out of here. Thank you so much for having me. I love seeing you. Thank you.
I love Forerunner. He's awesome. So,
I think
go
that's
ahead,
easy
Johnny.
to do though, because I get where he's coming from. I really do. But it took me a really long time to get to that point. And sometimes, people will hear that and it kind of exacerbates some of their issues. It intensifies them. Until you get to that point to see what it feels like, you don't know. You can only work
Exactly.
with, what you do know. So, I think that's the
I,
importance of being able to talk to other people to switch your perspective so that you can kind of slowly release the attachments that are dragging you down. Once you're able to do that, you can get to the point that, Forerunner was saying, and it is freeing. It's very peaceful. It's wonderful. Um, but that's all I really had to say about that.
that's very solid advice. Quantum, I don't know if you like poetry or not, but it's how I express myself. And I have a poem that I should have ended 45 minutes ago. I have other responsibilities I have to get to because I have 2 jobs I'm supposed to do tonight. And I was supposed to be at one of them 15 minutes ago. So I let time get out of hand on me, and it's okay because she'll understand. She knows that I'm live. She knows that I'm helping people. So, and that's what matters to me. It's not your fault at all. I lost track of time myself. I didn't realize what time it was. It has nothing to do with you. And I'm not going to allow you to take the blame, nor will I blame you, because I hold myself accountable. Because I know that I was the one not paying attention because I got wrapped up in it just as much as anybody else did. So you have nothing to apologize for. But I'm going to go ahead and read this poem, and then I'm going to let everybody say goodbyes, and then I want to leave y'all with a final word. Because we are going to come back to the same topic next week, Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Time. Every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Time is when I get to go live. And I knew that this was going to be a 2 or a 3-part episode because I knew it was going to take a lot to get the lesson that I'm trying to teach everybody. And I really think that y'all should come back next Tuesday and the Tuesday after that. and the Tuesday after that, and every Tuesday after that too. Not just because I like you, but because I really love you. And because, like I said earlier, I'm starved for affection and I need some love. Not that kind. Just kidding. All right, back to my story. It's called The Teacher's Burden. And I hope that you'll listen to the words to this, because I think you might see how I got a second pair of eyes, just like my daddy said. The Teacher's Burden. The spiritual and personal growth communities, like weaving words that make pretty things, promises of healing your inner child, but adhering to traditions was never your style. It's kind of ridiculous how much is claimed that you can heal from your guilt and shame through breath work, meditation, and journaling, and somehow you're supposed to stop spiraling. Sit in the silence and self-reflect. Now, take a compliment, don't deflect. And subscribe to toxic positivity. Since you just found out you're a starseed. I'm sorry, light worker or ground crew. How many light languages are coming through? A few years ago, you were an atheist, and your old self would have laughed at this. But now you think you never have believed in God, but now you think you actually are one? What the hell is going on in here? It's crazy how much can change in a year. All the connections you once cherished, so many friendships that have since perished. It almost doesn't seem like it's fair to forget who you are and be self-aware. It's disorienting not to recognize the person who's currently living your life, especially since living isn't what you're doing, so obsessed with what you're pursuing. But do you even know what you're looking for? How do you heal when your body kept score? Daily practices to take up your time so you can control the thoughts in your mind. But what was wrong? But what was wrong with the person that you were? Did you not like to be her anymore? I get it. Self-hate is your comfort zone. But who are you now? Do you even know? So tell me, friend, what good did it do to become self-aware but not know you? I'm asking because I don't understand how you could possibly know who I am. What if you're wrong and it's too late to find yourself if you lost your way? You never cared to be part of the crowd, so what makes you think they'll follow you now? Never went to college, don't have a degree. So what exactly gives you authority to make the assumption you know the way? How do you know you won't lead them astray? Is there a destination? There's not even a path. Do your followers even realize that? You're telling a story without any proof. What makes you think that you know the truth? Are you telling me that what you just said all came from the voices in your head? Yeah, okay, sure. That makes perfect sense. Are you changing the world or just full of shit? Don't forget to perform and put on a show to keep their attention on personal growth. To call it spiritual seems like a facade. You're not even qualified to apply for this job. You're saying you found it in human design. The cross of upheaval gives you the right? Well, what if you're martyred by those in control? Or just disappear and we'll never know? These are all the questions I had to ask while having a meeting with the looking glass. Mirror. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in the Looking Glass. Everything's upside down and backwards. That's how I was feeling during that transit. I was questioning my identity. And I have fought for authenticity since I was little bitty. To question myself to the level of that. And to realize that I was right in those questions. Thank you for the heart on, brother. I love it. My brothers give me heart-ons. Thank you, baby. I realized I was right. Because what good did it do to learn all this shit? What good did it do to put in all these practices to waste years of my life trying to better myself? I'm still full of rage. I still want to all the time, especially when I see somebody doing the very shit that made me rage out in the first place. Thank you, Gideon. I still carry the burden of the pain of lies told about me and the fact that I didn't get to raise my babies and I don't get to raise my grandbabies. I still carry the burden of I wasn't good enough to love. So much so that the family I was born into just kept throwing me around until eventually I ended up in another family that hated me just as much. And everybody that I met since. You know, I have a loop in my head that I still have not been able to get rid of. And the reason I haven't been able to get rid of it is because it continues to happen. And it continues to provide proof to me that I'm never going to have that. Just like him in his place of his own. Mine is, and don't get mad at me when I say this, okay, for those of you that do love me. Everybody that ever says that they love me eventually betrays me or abandons me or accuses me of something I wouldn't do. Every single person. And if you love me, that just means that you haven't done it yet. And I know that that's wrong because I have actually done the shadow work on it, and I have 2 friends that I've known since 3 years old in daycare, and they still love me just as much, and they would follow me to the ends of the fucking earth, even though one of them's in grief right now. The other one comes into my lives quite often. I'm surprised she's not here tonight. And she would tell you her damn self. Oh, she's my biggest cheerleader. And I've punched her. And I've screamed at her when I was at my worst. I hate you. Go away. You don't love me. You're just lying to me. Why are you here? Because of the hurt that I was hurting. And I was hurting people too. And one day, the rage that was becoming uncontainable already. I was 27 years old. And my friend, my roommate, and at one point had been my lover, sweetest person in the world. And I don't know what triggered it, but when I would rage, I would black out. I was not in control. I have no recollection, no memory of any of the moments of my life that this has happened. I have no the fuck idea what I did to people, except for what was told to me. And in this time, I came to when our neighbor Casper came in the door with his toddler. I came to steadily pounding my friend's head into the floor. And I got real calm in my head. And I looked at Casper and I said, can you come get me off of him? I cannot stop. I'm going to kill him. And I was terrified. And that was the moment that I decided I needed to do something about my rage and how I felt. Because nobody should walk around with the fear of having a blackout monster inside of them that they're going to hurt somebody they care about. Especially when they would never hurt anybody that they care about. And before that, the only people that they raged out on were the ones that deserved it because they were fucking bullying them. But did they deserve it? Instead, maybe they needed somebody to walk up to them and say, man, I know that you're hurt. I know that you've suffered. I have too. And I'm here for you. And maybe I can help you. Maybe I can't. Really, it's on you. Because I can't make you take my advice. I can't make you listen to it. I can't make you put it into action. All I can do is give it to you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? So, that being said,
It's me.
I know that you love me. You guys that love me, I know that you do. And I love you genuinely. I don't understand how I was able to learn how to love somebody else when I've never experienced it. I've never seen it. It's never gotten to be a part of my life. Hate, suffering, pain, destruction. That has. Lots of that. But I kept choosing not to be a hurt person that hurt people. I kept choosing to continue to work on myself and to get rid of the rage monster, or at least contain it enough that it never could take control of me again. If I could do that, And if you guys heard my real story, all of my story, I should have become a serial unaliver. And as smart as I am, I could have. I could have put Charles Manson and fucking Thanos with the gauntlet to fucking shame in one day if I wanted to, and I fantasized about it daily.
Are you saying you're a sociopath? So are you saying you're a sociopath?
No. That's a fucking label that I will not take, and it's never been given to me. So other people have tried to say it, but they weren't doctors. No, I'm not saying I'm a sociopath. What I'm saying is I was a hurt person that was carrying the rage of the pain that I had been suffering to the point that I could not control it. And when that came out on somebody I cared about, that's when I decided it was time that I took control of my rage and started to heal the pain that I was carrying. Because no, none of the shit that caused me pain should have fucking happened to me. Could I have gotten to this compassionate place without having experienced it? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah. I'm glad you're
So-
not available to others and you've controlled that rage. I
I'm
heard
47 now. It's 20 years. Fast forward 20 years. I'm a teacher now.
In the
Fast
poem,
forward 20 years.
I heard you say heal from your guilt and shame, and distinguishing between those two emotions so you can process them effectively is remarkable. So kudos to you and that poem. It really spoke
And
to
I
me.
didn't, thank you. I did not have anybody to talk to about this. And every time I tried, I got shut down because that was too much for them, or I was crazy, or maybe I needed to go get some therapy. I can't afford therapy.
Those are my
I
people.
couldn't even afford fucking groceries. I can't even afford fucking work shoes. Okay. But I'm fucking feeding animals that are not mine because I can't let something starve. I'm going without. Because my compassion is so big. And my heart's always been that big. I've always rescued animals. I've always saved children. I've always helped people. I've taken in, when I did have houses, I took in people that I knew were going to fuck me over. But I couldn't tell them no because I had a spare room. I had a spare bed. I had a spare bathroom. I had the money to lose.
What does the caregiving and caretaker spirit come from for you?
The exact same thing that all of this comes from. That I don't want anybody else to experience the pain that I went through. I don't want anybody else to feel like Quantum Days does right now, and I have the majority of my life alone. I don't want anybody to ever feel that way again.
Yeah.
And if I'm the only motherfucker in the world that's going to be the person that's there for the people that are alone, I'm going to fucking do it because I don't want anybody else to feel alone. If it fucking puts me on, if it puts me on the street again and loses my car again and loses my job again and all the things that I keep losing because I take people in to do that, so fucking be it. That's my burden. That's my spiral to go down. I'm strong enough to carry that weight. If I could carry the weight of everything else I've carried, I can fucking carry that. I can build myself back up again from nothing. I've done it lots of times. So go ahead. Mutilate me.
Yeah.
I'll survive.
Have you found that over time that you've been able to develop boundaries by not allowing, people to take advantage of you or to give so much of yourself?
Yes. I mean, I'm not checking on every single person who's got my phone number anymore. I used to check on them every day. And do you know how fucking much time that takes? When you have like 5 or 6 different apps that you have to do that through? And you got people all over the world.
It takes a lot out of you. So I'm glad that you're still giving, but you definitely set some limits.
Jolene. Also, Jolene says her hands raised. Have Rising Phoenix. Also, another thing is that I don't get on TikTok but 2 days a week. And that's my 2 days off. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't get on at all during the week for that reason. Another reason. Thank you for the heart on Rising Phoenix. Love you, baby. All right. Yes, ma'am. Jolene, go ahead. And then I say goodbye.
So that's why I keep saying as deep and dark as you can go is as bright as you can shine, because that rage is also full of passion. That passion can fuel either those darkest thoughts within you. And I can tell you right now, that boss bitch, she has that capability as well. I had to put a leash on it. That doesn't necessarily mean that I am a sociopath, but I do have a friend who is a sociopath. There is a very, very big difference between a sociopath and somebody who is full of passion and may use their rage in a dark way. But I can also tell you that the sociopath that I know has his own containment systems, and those containment systems he chose differently. So now he has helped people and have actually pulled them off the ledge, and has actually shown a huge difference in not only his life, but the people around him that he actually communicates with. So that's really all I want to say about that. Is it's so important to get in touch with your darker aspects, just simply to know them, and to know when to unleash them. Because again, as deep and dark as you can go, you can't avoid that. You can't just cut it off. It's a part of you. If you cut it off, that's how you end up numb. That's how you end up feeling, no emotions. You feel nothing. You're void. You're not living. You're just going, oh, I want to avoid that, so I'm not going to touch it. When in reality, if you can understand it and give it a purpose, it makes a huge difference in owning it as a part of yourself. That is so imperative. And again, as deep as you go, as dark as you can get, is as bright as you can shine. When you are on the opposite end of the spectrum, you can say the things, you can be authentic, you can be you without worrying that that other part is going to come in and take over, because you've given it a purpose. You told it, listen, when these people cross this line, boss bitch, have at it. Like, you have at it. You have the reins. You do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, yeah, we are accountable for ourselves and the way that we show up in this world, which also means we are accountable and we are responsible for protecting ourselves. That is why our shadow aspects have a purpose. They're there for a reason. So use them to your advantage, to your benefit. That, again, is different, where a sociopath is going to use it to their advantage at other people's expense. Not necessarily as protection, but because they can. Because, they have the tools, so why the hell not? So there's a big difference there. Just love yourself in its entirety. You can't chop pieces off that you don't like. You gotta embrace those. But I've really liked being on this live. It's been a while, and thank you for the warm welcome. And I will definitely see you next Tuesday.
And that is exactly why I've missed you, because that's what I was saying when I saw all the wounds in my chart and realized that the lesson and the gift were in the very same wound. That's why. And that was a great question too, Smelantine. Literally, why do you want to help someone else? Why do you want to stop somebody else from experiencing your wound? Because that's your gift.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I'd like
a whole hour passed.
I'd like to say a few last words, if that's okay.
Sure. And Rising Phoenix wants to say something too, and then I'm closing, because
Okay,
I'm
you've heard this
beat
before.
and I'm hungry.
You've heard this already. My internal gratitude mantra. I am whole and complete. My body is always adapting, healing, and oriented toward balance. I thank my body for allowing me to experience my environment through my senses, and today I will listen to what it tells me. I am everything and nothing, always learning, always growing. My inner authority keeps me in check. Sometimes I tend to not listen, but I hear it only when it hurts. Thank you.
Quantum Dave. I don't usually go use Messenger on TikTok to communicate, but I'm going to send you my information for the things that I do use. And I was serious as a heart attack. You really can get your own place here, and you're in your own job and get back on your feet here. It's a shitty pay and a shitty job in a shitty town with shitty people, but it's the first. Sometimes we got to step through the shit to get to the flowers, right? That's what manure's for.
I'm okay with that. I'm definitely
Got
okay
you.
with that.
All right. Oh shit, my phone's dying, you guys. Bye. Love y'all. Good night. See y'all next Tuesday. Tuesday. Why am I like this? Childhood trauma. Why am I so weird?